What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The Javelin, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Friday, everybody. Yeah, we made it. It's finally Friday. Had some kind of little bit of sort of rain yesterday. I think we got more chances of some kind of little sort of bit of rain today, too. So, but at least it's Friday. So happy Friday to y'all. Hope you're having a great day. I did. I'm one of the people. I don't know how many did, but I was one of the people that watched all 2.5 hours of the January 6th hearings on TV last night. Watched that simply because there's nothing else on. Actually, wait a minute, I know. I watched it because, well, I'm a radio guy. I figure I should know this stuff, but when I watch all this stuff, I get I don't know, it's tough to watch a lot of it because you see what, you rehash a lot of what on that day, but as a legal proceeding, it's bad. Like, I mean, as far as getting their point across and spreading and sharing what, the whatever information or whatever, that part, yeah, there's a lot of information there that definitely makes people shake their head and wonder. But then you also, it's a double-edged sword because, yeah, you're looking at all this stuff and you're thinking, yeah, and I get it. This is being done for they say in the public record for posterity of history and all that, but the problem is it's not. It's great for information. It's not legal, is what I mean, and that's the part that, because, yeah, all of this and their agenda to say that President Trump is the reason for January 6th, and based on what we're seeing, yeah, I look at it, I'm like, yeah, that's probably a lot of truth there, but it's a legal proceeding, or it's not a legal proceeding, and that's where, because it's a congressional hearing. But at the end of the day, it's not. No one gets to rebuttal. No one gets to defend. No one gets to do that. And that's why this is kind of what makes me a little bit off-putting, because this is where it's all propaganda and not, is it really good for the American people? It puts that questioning in it. And me personally, if I'm the Republican Party, I would not let Donald Trump be my nomination. That's because it's too polarizing at this point. There's, but this is my opinion. I know a lot of people disagree with me and all that, and God bless you. Do what you got to do. I'm just me as standing on the outside looking in, and I'm thinking, all right, strategy wise, for as a Republican Party, do you want Donald Trump as your horse? And after all of this, why would you? Whether you believe 100% what you've been seeing in these hearings or believe 0% of it, why would you want that as the person you're trying to get to run our company? Are you trying to make America great again? Or are you trying to get Donald Trump president? And I think those are two different questions at this point for many people's minds. So why would you even put that out there when you got other people that, let's face it, are probably equally as qualified and not as polarizing and things like. This is my opinion. I know a lot of people disagree with it, but I'm just thinking if you're trying to change what we're seeing right now, putting the guy that polarizes 50% of the population right away is probably not the. I feel like we need people up there that's trying to unite us and get us on common ground, not trying to divide us more. And that's my. If I'm a Republican Party guy, that's what I'm saying. But that's just me. But it's one of those things where you watch all this and it's like, man, it's bad and all that. But in terms of legal prosecution stuff, there's no defense. There's no one that gets to respond to all this stuff. And guess what? This is the United States of America, and you have a right to fair trial. And that's a little different. And that's where I have. Even if all of it's right or agree with but anyway, sorry, I watched 3 hours of it last night and my eyes are glassy eyed and bleary and I kind of wish I just watched reruns of Everybody Loves Raymond instead.
You could have done that.
I know.
You could have just walked away.
I know, but
I'm driving in. I was running late this morning. I'm driving in. I'm listening to you talking about. I'm like, you didn't have to do that to yourself.
But I kind of feel like I do because
of what you do for a living.
What I do for a living.
Sure.
And it has to be on my radar.
It's exactly the same way that I used to have to, I was never told to. It was suggested that I should watch and live tweet America's Got Talent and Dancing with the Stars. And that was a nightmare.
I can imagine. At least with America's Got Talent.
2 days a week.
At least with America's Got Talent, you get a variety of things.
I had to have a witticism for every single act. Okay? And those witticisms were under review, sir.
Wow.
Yeah. This guy was I don't know if people understand, if I've ever explained to those in my life how intense this guy actually was. A former boss I had, it wasn't a owner, it was a manager. This guy, I'm pretty sure it was like schizophrenic or psychopath.
He's a legend in his own mind.
Just ask him, he'll tell you. He's not here anymore, so I can talk freely.
Yeah. He's off being
he
legendary.
Lives in Scottsdale now.
Being legendary.
Boy, is he ever. Sorry, I don't know what just happened there. I went through some therapy.
Little PTSD situation. Point is,
okay.
Happy Friday. Enjoy your weekend.
Yeah.
And
dive on in.
To make it even sweeter, go to McDonald's. The Golden Arches.
Ooh, I've been on a points run lately.
You know what? My wife is hiding her bushel under a basket or whatever the little saying is there a little bit.
Oh, that she's got her own app?
Well, the other day, my wife was like, hey, I'm in the mood for, I don't remember what she said, Big Mac or something. She goes, I'm going to get McDonald's for lunch.
Sure.
And she goes, you want anything? I was like, yeah, I do. I'm going to be leaving to go to lunch for a little bit. Yeah, give me some nugs, what I get. And and sure enough, she hands me her app to order. She's got like 5,000 points on there. I'm
nice.
like, I said, Kim, you're a baller
wait,
too.
Wait a second, 5,000?
Yeah.
That's not baller.
Well, for someone I didn't know had any.
Yeah. Okay, so every now and again she gets McDonald's on the low. Because here's the thing, I'm a father of two, and I'm trying to slowly accrue my points back up. And like I said, I've been on a point spree lately. I'm only at 39.71. You, sir, are still in the tens range. That's baller status.
Actually, I used a little. I think I'm a little less right now.
Oh, you're under 10?
Maybe.
Okay.
Let me see here. Let me look where I'm at. I might be at like 9.
This is like when in like the 80s, if your dad was a smoker, and he's like, how many miles do I have?
I could buy a canoe.
I could totally I can get the hiking backpack.
I'm wrong. I got 13,000
That's
points.
what I thought. That's what I thought.
I used some though.
You're a McBaller.
I used some, but now I'm like the Donald Trump of points.
Right.
My wife's got a couple grand here. Put it together. This is a community property.
No, pretty soon, I think you're like 1,000 points away from a free Big Mac at the Las Vegas McDonald's.
There you go.
That one has an escalator.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. They're like, we're upstairs, but we're not going to make you climb. We understand.
I love when you can escalate everywhere.
You know what? I have a newfound respect for escalators and moving sidewalks. Mm-hmm. They're fantastic.
Oh, my moving sidewalks are my favorite. What is it? Does DFW have them? One of the airports I go to often has
I believe DFW does. I believe DFW has that one where it's like the two really long ones back to back.
Yeah.
It's like you cover like half a mile of moving sidewalk, which is great because if you do the Running Man, oh man, you'll never get a better Running Man than on a moving sidewalk.
I just love this is where I am 7. I love to get on those and walk normal just because it feels like I'm going super fast.
Right.
And I'm not going to lie, I feel like I'm the Bionic Man or something. I know I'm dating myself here, but I use Bionic Man as a reference in my head.
Sure.
So I go down there and I'm like, and I'm like, I don't do it out loud because my wife's usually with me.
You really should.
But I think in my head I do.
Your shanananananans could be faster. No, but what's fun is then to find somebody who's not on a moving sidewalk and then turn around and walk and have a conversation with them. Yeah, so anyways.
Weather's nice.
Yeah, the documents for Robertson should be on the desk by Monday at 11:45. And you have to do this with your hands, too. You got to.
That's right. Then you go buy, sell, and then leave.
That's right. Business, numbers. Is this working?
But thank you to McDonald's.
Yes.
That got us distracted. Las Vegas Golden Sidewalks and all that.
Which, by the way, Camp McDonald's is still on.
Yes, I think they go through the end of this month, right?
Yeah, this is the 3rd week, I believe. They still run through next week. I'm trying to get to my app froze. Bear with me. I'm trying to get to Camp McDonald's.
See what they're
find out what.
And there's like shopping opportunities. They got a whole.
They do merch drops.
It's a whole synergy situation going on there. So download the app. And by the way, start. If you haven't earned any points yet, you still get exclusive deals. And this is why I'll tell you. This is why I have so many baller points. Because I'll go check the deals, and you can only use a deal or your points at a. You can only use one or the other.
Right, the deals or the points.
Yeah.
But the deals are so good.
And that's my point, is why I have so many points is because I end up using the deals over my points. And so then I get points for using the deals.
Right.
So it's a vicious cycle.
Yeah, no, I totally understand.
So I'm it's what
Today's offer. Ooh, okay, mom and dad, listen up. Head to McDonald's. Grab yourself a Big Mac meal. Grab yourself a quarter pounder with cheese meal, a 10-piece nugget meal.
Okay.
If you purchase a combo, free Happy Meal with purchase.
Nice. So one for you, one for the kid.
Purchase.
Nice. So that's today's Camp McDonald's
Camp McDonald's deal.
And each day's a new one. So check back every day.
But honestly, the best deal I found, and this has been, they keep saying it expires today. Never does. They throw it back up there.
Yeah.
It's 20% off of an order of $5 or more.
Nice.
That's a great deal.
It is great.
Yeah.
Excellent. So download the app, utilize it, start getting to McDonald's, get it today.
Yeah.
Let me give you the rundown. We're going to replay our interview we had with the folks from the Health Council on Monday here in just a few. We had Rick Lamb from Boys and Girls Club and then the ladies from the Health Council.
Lamb sounds delicious right now.
I had the hiccups.
Sorry.
I swallowed my tea too fast.
Just think about lamb.
I need new socks. Sorry, you said lamb. I think of lamb chops.
So you're thinking of lamb chops,
and I was
socks.
like, I need new socks.
That makes sense. I'm over here thinking about gyros. Like I just need some shawarma.
I want goat. In the 8 o'clock hour, Sheriff Mike Harrington scheduled to join us, and we'll get an update from him. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, the folks from Healthy Kids Chavez County will be giving us an update. Paula Camp, Becky Joyce will join us, talk about what they've got going on. So that's the rundown. Plus, we'll have all of your features that include the news of the local, national variety, your Wall Street business updates, and whatever else we can come up with for today's show. Let's take a look at that weather. It's more of the same with a little chance of rain.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have just enough moist air for an isolated afternoon shower or thunderstorm today. Otherwise, we get sunshine and heat. Our afternoon high topping out at about 100. Clear for the overnight hours and low 70s, and then we'll have a dry weekend coming up. Sunny and hot again on Saturday. We'll be in the low 100s, and then right around 100 again on Sunday, and lots of sun. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 78 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity's at 54%. Winds calm at the moment. 20% chance at showers for this afternoon. They're talking after 3 o'clock today. Mostly sunny and hot. 100 are high today with southeast winds 5 to 15. Tonight, that 20% chance of rain continues up until about midnight tonight. They're saying mostly cloudy, gradually clearing later in the night with an overnight low of 73. South winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday, sunny, highs right around 98 with south winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, mostly clear with an overnight low of 73. South winds 5 to 15. Sunday, sunny, high of 99. Southeast winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then Monday, when you head back to work, there is a 20% chance of afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Mostly sunny and 99. And that's pretty much next week. We're going to be, it's more the same. Tuesday, 20% chance of rain, sunny, 99. Wednesday, 20% chance of rain, sunny, 99. Thursday, 30% chance of rain, sunny, 96. So more of the same. All right, it is 20 minutes after 7 o'clock. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to play our interview we had with the folks from the Chaves County Health Council on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Have you ever had someone do something kind and out of the ordinary for you? How did that make you feel? I know for me, it brightens my day. Hi, this is Pastor Troy and Julie Smotherman for The Joy of Marriage.
Galatians 6:9 says, "Let us not get tired of doing what's right, for after a while we will reap a harvest of blessing if we don't get discouraged and give up." I've learned when you don't know what to do, just do the next right thing. Keep sowing good things into your spouse and your family. Be patient. God promises He will give you a harvest. It will make a difference. A successful farmer just keeps on working and expects to have a great harvest.
I know when my husband brings me flowers, it blesses me. So do something unexpected for your spouse. It will pay off.
If you have any questions or would like further information about the Joy of Marriage Ministry, please go to jomconference.com.
Yup, it's back to school season, and Roswell Honda wants to get you geared up with the 5th annual Back to School Blowout. Stop by Roswell Honda now through July 29th and register your kids to get a backpack chock full of supplies absolutely free. Then on July 30th, join Roswell Honda for the Back to School Bash with lots of free food and fun stuff for the whole family. And that's not all. While you're there, register to win a brand new desk, office chair, and HP laptop. Register now for the Back to School Blowout, July 30th, 10 to 1 at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd. Sometimes when you hit the road hits back. That's why MTA Mechanics and Tire carries major brands like Bridgestone, Cooper, and Michelin. Not only do you get top brand tires, but you also get a nationwide warranty. So wherever you are, MTA Mechanics and Tire has you covered. Stop by or let MTA come to you with their MTA Mobile Tire Shop, covering Roswell, Carlsbad, and Artesia. They can come to your home, office, or even the airport, and alignment is included on all sets of 4 tires. MTA Mechanics and Tires, getting you back on the road.
Sure, you can inspect your own roof, get out that rickety ladder, crawl around up there and try to spot the problem until... Or you can call the experts at Do Right Roofing. Do Right Roofing has quality products for any type of roof. They can even install seamless gutters. Do Right Roofing will inspect your roof and give you a free estimate fast. Keep your feet on the ground. Call Do Right Roofing today.
575-623-2273. Let Do Right do your roof right.
Find them fast in names and numbers.
Are you tired of your tired old furniture? Well, why are you keeping it? Glenn's Furniture has filled their store with a special purchase of beautiful, high-quality furniture at factory prices. Stylish reclining sofas and love seats, smart and practical dinettes and dining tables, sumptuous bedroom furniture, and Serta mattress sets, all specially priced and ready for immediate free delivery. Get the lowest prices of the year. Hurry to Glenn's Furniture at the corner of Union and Alameda, saving you money on quality furniture since 1953.
Make your home a smart home with smart home Wi-Fi from Plateau. Now you can connect more devices to fast, reliable Wi-Fi throughout your home. That means faster speeds with no downtime or lag. Enhance your connection, expand your reach, and experience whole home device control and protection with Plateau. Plateau offers true fiber with options starting as low as $60 a month, all with no caps and no hidden fees. Call today, 575-755-1000, or stop by 1001 South Main in Roswell. Get smart home Wi-Fi today from Plateau. Tried, true, trusted.
Buying a sewing machine from a big box store or online might seem like a bargain, but in this case, you really do get what you pay for. Just the machine. No lessons, no help with figuring out why it isn't working the way you expect, and no one close to fix it. Buying locally from an authorized retailer may cost a little more, but in the end, it will save you time, money, and aggravation. Come see me, Chris Ann, at So Easy Sewing, 200 East College Boulevard in Roswell, and let me show you why it pays to shop local. So Easy Sewing. You've never had it so easy.
You are 13.8% more likely to die on your birthday. Think about that the next time you want to celebrate your birthday month. Here's Mike Winters.
Joining us in studio this morning from the Chavez County Health Council, of course, Joanne Lopez and Jennifer Smith are back with us, and they just keep letting you back in here from Boys and Girls Club. Of course, Boys and Girls Club, they're the ones that are going to be making everybody get up early that day to do some running and have some fun. But good morning.
Start the day.
Exactly. So good morning, guys. How's everybody doing? Good. So in case folks aren't aware, August the 6th, mark this on your calendars, just a couple weeks away, is the 2022 Chavez County Health Fair. It's going to be happening once again, and the good news is everything is going to be over at the Convention and Civic Center. It's all one location. It's all in person. It's all like it was a couple years ago, back before this whole COVID thing started entering our vocabulary. So that's probably the best news is it's a regular old health fair this year, right? But let's go ahead and since we have you in early, let's start off. The actual day will kick off with a 5K that Boys and Girls Club's putting together. Talk a little bit about that.
So it starts, or sign up starts at 6:30.
Okay.
Run starts at 7. It's only an hour run. It's not, too long. Basically, it's going to start at the convention center and head west.
Okay.
And then you're going to hit Louisiana, grab a bottle of water, and turn back around and come back. You don't have to run either. You can walk.
It's a fun run.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's a fun run. You dress up in your 80s outfit. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw scooters racing each other down there.
We could now that we've got some.
Exactly.
And if you wore a costume that has a pocket for your smartphone, then you can order on the app and then, use the app, use the scooters.
Exactly.
Now, I don't think you're winning any trophies for scooting the 5K.
No.
But you're having fun and getting out there and helping Boys and Girls Club and all that.
Exactly.
So it's now, if you're trying to be competitive, by all means, knock yourself out. If you want to, whatever it is you do, eat a pound of spaghetti and shave your legs and do all that stuff they do to get ready for marathons, knock yourself out. But you don't have to.
No, you don't. Especially that early in the morning.
And then, and obviously, all the proceeds for the 5K are going back into the programs and everything for Boys and Girls
Exactly.
Club. What is the cost to sign up for the 5K at this point?
$30.
$30.
Yep.
And can you sign up to the day of, or is there a deadline?
You can sign up to the day of. We're placing shirt orders basically Friday. So if you've officially paid for it by Friday,
okay,
you're guaranteed a shirt.
Okay.
If you pay for it afterwards, if there's shirts left over, you get one. If not, then we're sorry.
And it may or may not fit. Just saying.
Exactly. It may or may not fit.
If you're just saying, if you need like a 2X, and we're like, well,
we have a small.
We got medium.
Exactly. But you can put it in like a shadow box and hang it on your wall.
There you go. There. Or, crowbar yourself in there and start running. Maybe it'll fit by the time you finish. But the point is to have some fun with it.
Exactly.
Come out and get physical. That's we're trying to help out the Boys and Girls Club here, but we want to promote getting physical and getting out there, and even if you're not taking it seriously like the hardcore 5K marathon runners and those folks are, the whole point is to get out there. So you're not, as far as a competition goes, we don't recommend you grabbing the scooters and things. But if you're just out there to have some fun with your family, get out in the sun, run around, and get some exercise, then come on out, have some fun. My recommendation is wear 80s costumes that allow movement.
Yes.
So if you want to go with, say, Jabba the Hutt, that might not be.
It could be a little awkward.
You might need some friends to make that happen.
Yeah, maybe Jabba the Hutt on a scooter.
Tail wagging behind.
E.T. on a bike.
That would be perfect.
Why can't you get like maybe we'll say Dad plays Elliot and we can put the kid in a E.T. in the basket in the front.
Hey, that's a great plan.
We want to keep the 80s themes going. And of course, if you have friends, then you can adjust your 80s theme accordingly. Yes. So say you've got 4 friends, you could do A-Team, or or perhaps maybe you do a band. I see Josie and the Pussycats running around out there, or who knows? Even anything. Pick your 80s. Max Headroom would be a good one.
Yeah.
You get a Max Headroom, like with a guy with a TV on his head, and that cartoony, computery, digital look from the 80s there that they had. Let's do all of that. So, but anyway, that's going to kick off the day on the 6th. But then we have a schedule of events that go on till noon. You start signing up for the race at 6:30 in registration, then you start running at 7, and then beginning at 8 a.m. everything will open up there at the Convention and Civic Center. They're going to have exhibits, booths, the screenings, all the things that are part of a health fair, which we'll let you guys talk a little bit more about here in a minute, and then and that'll go till about noon, and then. Of course, 8:30 will kind of be the opening, I guess you say, ceremonies of everything there, welcoming people, doing presentations and things like that. And then about 11, they'll start doing like giveaways and drawings and all that. And then about noon, everything will be tuckered out and tired and ready to pack up and go home by then. So that's kind of the plan for the day, right?
Yeah.
So, ladies, what's some of the events that are or some of the booths and things that people can expect at this year's health fair?
Well, we're going to do a ribbon cutting since we're going to be back just as big as the first year. We're going to kick it off with a ribbon cutting at 7:45.
Okay.
I believe with the red coats.
Okay.
And then once
and their
we
giant
start,
scissors.
Yes. Once we start at 8 o'clock, all the vendors are going to be there ready to go. 8:30 is whenever we have some demos and talks going from some organizations. We've got like a Tai Chi demo.
Okay, so if you want to see some of those demonstrations, probably usually like some dance demonstrations, some like you said, some martial arts, those kind of things.
Yeah.
So you'll see those. All that'll get underway about 8:30.
Yeah, we're gonna have those scheduled out, and
they'll go on through noon, I guess, from 8:30 to about noon, depending on each group will have a X amount of time doing their thing.
Oh yeah. We've already got it all scheduled out, and we'll have a schedule up and point you in the direction of the rooms for the demos and the talks.
So if your family's part of one of those, and you're going to want to make sure you're hanging around that area around that time. So.
Oh, yeah. And we'll make announcements all day whenever a new demo or a talk's going to start. And then we're going to have the mobile mammogram bus there.
Okay.
Doing mammograms starting from 8 o'clock until 5 o'clock.
Now,
so they're going to stay later.
So do you need to pre-register for that, or can you do it all right there?
So it's best if you pre-register.
Okay.
But if you are not able to, or for whatever reason, you can just go and you can walk up. They will take walk-ins.
Okay. But save yourself a little bit of time and a headache if you pre-register. That way you can roll up at your appointed time and take care of business and then go on about the rest of your fair.
If you've got insurance, please register ahead of time because that takes time. If you don't have insurance, we did get a grant from United Way of Chaves County to cover mammograms for people that don't have insurance, or maybe their insurance won't cover the entire cost of the mammogram.
Okay.
We've got
Is that still
money.
a thing? I didn't know that was still a thing. I thought if mammograms were pretty much, insurance look at that. It's like, you need okay, good. You're good.
Yeah,
because
it's one of those of maybe you got a copay.
Gotcha.
And you can't pay the copay.
But if you have trouble, then thanks to the United Way grant there's some help there for folks.
Yeah, we don't
and
want somebody not having insurance to be a barrier to get this kind of thing.
Well, and this is one of those screenings. Once you hit, the milestones in life there, a certain age, you need to have these done. And your body doesn't care if you can afford the screenings or not. It's and let's face it, breast cancer is one of those things when they catch it early, it's not a big deal. And I mean it's a big deal, but it's not a death sentence. It's something it's very, very treatable. Very treatable. It's kind of like colon cancer. Colon cancer is one of the slowest moving cancers, but if you don't have the screenings, then it's got plenty of time to do its dirty work here. If you catch it, that's why they tell you 45, go do it. What's mammograms? Is it
40?
40 is the first year for mammograms?
Yeah, so the mammogram bus, you have to be 40 or older, not have a mammogram within the last year.
Okay.
So
good deal. I would imagine if you have a family history of breast cancer, you probably want to be doing those screenings before 40. At this event, if someone's under 40 that wants one, can they request that, or is it just for 40 and older?
That would be a talk to the mammogram bus people. Whenever they're there, they might make.
I imagine if you talk and if your story is like, okay, maybe it is probably to your benefit to get, but to be honest, they'll tell you. You tell them the story, and they'll say, no, wait till you're 40, you'll be fine, or sorry, we can't do it today, but schedule with your doctor and get it done. But please reach out. Would be best to go to like the Health Council's Facebook for information on registering.
Yeah, we've
pre-registering for the mammograms.
Yeah, we've been
and all
sharing
that.
the flyer for that. It's got a web link on that flyer and a phone number. So if you are not web savvy, you don't want to do it, you can call them and set up your appointment.
Okay, very good. So that'll be there. I got to ask this. I know we're past deadlines for sponsorships and those opportunities. However, if some late Lucy comes rolling up right now and says, I want to get in, is there still opportunity, or is it's done deal? It's filled up.
It's done deal. Set. Yes.
So let it be written.
So let it be done. Mapping out the convention center for all the booths.
Good.
And we're meeting with them on Wednesday, so it's 100% done.
All right. Good. So all we're waiting to happen now is the event.
You might set up outside on the sidewalk with a table if you bring your own table and stuff, but you're not going to be inside.
Officially, we're full.
Yes.
This is great. That's great to have. I'm great to hear that. It's going to be so when folks come out to the fair on the 6th, that's going to be a packed to the gills convention center full of booths and information and fun stuff too. I mean, we always talk about, get your mammograms, get your blood pressure checked, get these things, and yes, that's the message of this health fair, is to remind people to regularly have these screenings, but then give that opportunity for folks that can't do that regularly to do some of those, at least to get that check or at least to line up with healthcare providers. That's really the biggest goal of this event, is to encourage the public to come and take a look and be cognizant of their health. Educating and telling you, because let's face it, medical history changes as quickly as, I don't say medical technology changes as quickly as it is invented sometimes. And it's so obviously what we were told when we were younger is not always the truth now.
Yeah.
And things that they learn, it's just, look at colon cancer screening. I mean, that was a thing you never touched till you're above 50, even above 60, I think, years ago. Now they're saying 45-year-olds should be worrying about that, guys. Same with mammograms and these others, these screening milestone-type screening events. That they're moving these down earlier and earlier because, one, the equipment's getting better. Like getting a mammogram in 2022 is a lot different getting a mammogram in 1992. You know what I mean? It's just a different animal altogether.
Oh, yeah.
Not saying it's a walk in the park picnic. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you, oh, yeah, you should get 7 of them. They're fun.
Keep coming back.
It's like a ride at Six Flags. Just get right back in. It's not that, but it's not nearly as uncomfortable. It's not nearly as invasive as it used to be. And they're 10 times more accurate than they used to be. Things and I know just from my own wife's personal experiences, it's kind of created some scary moments for people because they're so good at detecting stuff that they're like, hey, something's there. We can't tell what it is yet. We got to do a little bit more experiment. But they can see it, where 10 years ago, they're like, we would have never saw that. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's so now we're kind of like, all right, we see something. We need to make sure if it's something, we're just no big deal.
And the mobile will be using the 3D scan.
Okay. Yeah. And that's probably the more advanced.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not up on what's the latest. And I don't know if it's like razor blades. Now with 37 blades. I don't know if it's like that or not. But the point is, we want to get people to come out and be a part of this, too. And of course, don't forget, there's a reason why this is always set for August, right around back to school time. If you need sports physicals, and there's always the giveaways of backpacks and school supplies and things like that for the family. So please come out and get all of your swag and get all that stuff. But at the same time, make an appointment or talk to some of the booths and talk to some of the different groups that are there at the event.
Yeah, pick up a bag and collect all the little giveaways.
We'll have at least 250 backpacks. We're going to have a whole lot more than that, and those are all going to be first come, first serve. We're also going to have Olympian Beauty Academy is going to be giving out 100 haircut coupons.
Nice.
So you can get a coupon and go get a free haircut for kids. Oh gosh, we're giving away.
And they've been doing that for years, right? Yeah. They do that every year. They're great, as far as helping out the community. And to be honest, a lot of these groups you're mentioning have been doing these events at the health fair or through their own organizations for many years now.
Yeah, so we've got Western Sky we've got an office full of boxes of backpacks from Western Sky because they're providing 250 backpacks, and then every organization that has a booth has to bring backpacks as well.
Oh, good. That's kind of their entry fee for being
Yep.
gonna
As
help
part
the
of
kids.
as part of their entry fee
Love
is
it.
having to bring backpacks with school supplies because we want to make sure that kids have a good start to school.
Well, and that's let's face it. When we talk about kids getting back to school and all that, that's why the haircuts and all, because it literally is setting the table for them to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're not worrying about how do I look, do I have my stuff. They're focusing on what's the first day of school going to be like, and who's going to be my teacher, who's going to be my friends, who's going to all the stuff that we think about in school. And
We're going to have some fun giveaways too. We're going to be giving away some bikes and helmets and scooters with helmets. And we're going to be giving away a family pass to the aquatic center and a family pass to the zoo. And we've got a bunch of gift cards that we're going to give out for different denominations. And some organizations are going to provide like gift bags and gift baskets.
Good deal.
We're going to have a ton of stuff to give away, and we're going to make it worth your while to come out and
Very
spend
good.
the day with us.
So please mark it on your calendars. Again, it'll be August 6th from, officially the expo is 8 a.m. to noon, but you're going to get out there about 6:30 for the 5K fun run and everything. Where is everybody meeting for the 5K at?
Just right there at the convention center.
Right there at the convention. So everything will be right there. So just park there at the convention center, and then you're going to run your 5K, do it, and then you're already there. You can just mosey on in with your A-team compatriots or whoever you brought in with your 80s theme.
We'll also be announcing the winner of our T-shirt design contest.
Do we have? Do you have? Obviously, everything's been selected and all that stuff. What's Can you? Have you leaked the design yet or anything? I haven't seen it.
It's on our Facebook page.
Okay.
We've got a Survey Monkey going that has all of the designs on there. Just go to our Facebook page, and it's down there a little ways, but we'll keep sharing it.
Good deal. And by the way, for the Footloose 5K run, this is the OG Footloose.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate the
Kevin
generations.
Bacon.
Yeah, I appreciate the generations that like this 2000s version of Footloose. It's fine and dandy. You Juliana Huff fans, good for you. But it's no Kevin Bacon Footloose.
Yeah, no, this is Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, this we're all OG. So if you're gonna go Footloose themed, that's fine. But you got to go 80, not Juliana Huff. Footloose. That don't count. We're talking Kevin Bacon Footloose. Tight jeans, VW Beetle, dancing in a barn when no one's looking, that whole thing.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
Exactly.
John Lithgow's the preacher telling everybody dancing bad. That's what we want. Sarah Jessica Parker is the love, the whole thing. We want it all.
Yes, sir.
And if you have any questions about anything related to the health fair, like and follow the Chaves County Health Council on Facebook, and you can see there's an event page for the health fair there too. I believe all the links for the fun run is there too as well.
It's there. It's on our Facebook page,
Boys and Girls Club,
Chaves and Lincoln Counties, and then even our website as well has the link too.
Good deal. And of course, there's lots going on with Boys and Girls Club right now too.
Yes.
Of course, back to school, all of that stuff. If folks want to learn more about the programs for the school season here coming up, what's the best way to reach out to the Boys and Girls Club?
Either giving us a phone call or jumping on our Facebook page.
Okay.
Either one will get you to somebody or help you figure out what you need to know.
There's so many, and they're career opportunities too. They're looking for folks to help mentor and work with the kids, but also looking it's a great opportunity for after school. Where they come and bring the kids to the facility there. They work on homework. They work on, all
we even
the cool
have dance parties on Fridays.
There you go. Footloose dance parties?
Potentially.
Well, they are kids. I mean, they can't give them all 80s. Eventually, they're going to want things that they want. Hey, can we do something from 2025, 2015 at least? Come on. Why is everything 1985? Well, is there anything we missed? Anything we wanted to get that we didn't get a chance to talk about? We got wrapped up in Doc Brown stuff or something.
We just want to thank all of our sponsors. There's way too many for us to say here. We'd be here all morning.
Maybe your last Monday before the expo when you guys are on the show here, we can run down every one of these sponsors.
It's a lot, and we've been sharing. We've got our flyer up on Facebook.
Yeah.
So we've got the official flyer with the schedule and all of our sponsors.
Yeah, this one's got kind of like the title sponsors. It looks like
those are presenting sponsors. Those are the ones that jumped on board.
Yeah.
Like at the beginning.
Good deal. Yeah, it's a lot longer list.
yeah.
We went from this to this.
Yeah. We had a lot of organizations show up for us this year and sponsor the expo, and we're doing fantastic money-wise. And so that's every penny that we get from the sponsors goes directly into the expo.
Absolutely.
And for, the space and the insurance and advertising and marketing, and it goes into all of these giveaways that we do. So the more sponsors we get, the more we can give out to the community.
Yeah. So thank you to all those sponsors. And like I said, even though we're at a point now we're not really accepting sponsors, if you rolled up and say, hey, here's a bunch of money to help out with this thing, hey, they'd take it in a heartbeat, but thank you for doing that.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to be on any printed material, but we definitely thank you on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
And at the event, we're going to have a slideshow showing all the sponsors.
And like you said, it's an investment in our community. That's what, and it's a win-win for you as a business too, because people are going to come here and they're going to go and participate, and they're going to say, man, I had a good time here. And then one day they're going to need your product and be like, oh yeah, I remember we were at the health event. So that's
and not all of our sponsors are health and wellness related. We've got some that are not health and wellness related that still get on board because they want to provide this for the community and help support it.
I love Bee Witches, delicious sandwiches, but not all of those are good for my health. I'm just saying.
But she has some salads that are good for you, so.
Just saying, they're delicious. Not kill people for them, but
not only can she cook, she's the designer for our
she did the logo and everything
she's
too.
She's really awesome.
I had the 1947 like a week ago, and that thing was the bomb. I've had other sandwiches that are great, but that one hit home, man. Something about that one hit home.
Yeah, we had Bee Witches last night. So it was good.
Very good. Well, thank you guys. Appreciate it. We'll see you next week. And folks, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. If you still want to get involved in some way, shape, or form, you're not going to get on the materials, the spot, but love your help, and then make plans to attend. Sign up for the 5K. Like I said, you don't have to be an athlete. You just come have some fun. If you're looking for an excuse to wear your 80s costumes, here it is. If someone's been saying, man, someone bought me this Ghostbusters jumpsuit and I've had no reason to wear it.
Yeah, there you go.
Now you got a reason to wear it.
Perfect excuse.
Yeah, please support the run and sign up. It's a good cause. It helps kids in our community, and that $30 can go a long way.
Yeah. By the way, fellas, I know when I was a kid, Bo and Luke Duke, a lot of ladies looked at them. If y'all dress up like Bo and Luke Duke running around out there, I'm just saying you might get a date. Not so much Uncle Jesse, but Bo and Luke, you might get a date. Or Daisy. Yeah, you definitely get a date if you dress up like Daisy. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, Mike.
Now for a Pecos Valley News update. I'm Jared Sorello. Thanks for joining us today. Our top story, did you feel that? Yeah, lots of people did. An earthquake was felt in Carlsbad and across the region Thursday morning. The U.S. Geological Survey said the region has actually seen an uptick in seismic activity. Researchers are tying it to growing oil and gas operations throughout the Permian Basin. A magnitude 4.7 quake was reported just after 7:30 Thursday morning, about 35 miles south of Whites City. It was followed by a 3.0 shaker just before 9 in the morning. Roswell Police and Fire inviting everyone to join them for National Night Out on Tuesday, August 2nd at the Roswell Convention Center parking lot. The event from 5 to 8 p.m. And McGruff the Crime Dog will also make an appearance. There will be a Jolly Jump and carnival games for the kids with lots more free activities. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello reporting.
Netflix is doing its best to spin news of the loss of yet another 970,000 subscribers during the spring, in addition to the 200,000 they lost this past winter. But the truth is, Netflix is in trouble and no spin is going to fix it. I'm Kim Commando, brought to you by ExpressVPN. Secure your online data and get an extra 3 months free at expressvpn.com/Kim. All totaled, Netflix has lost about 1 million subscribers. they've canceled their accounts. Many of the cancellations were long-term subscribers, jumping to newer streaming services. So Netflix plans to add a low-cost service that includes commercials that you can't bypass. And if you share your Netflix account with a family member at another address, you'll be charged a $3 monthly sharing fee. And if none of this works and Netflix can't turn subscriber hemorrhage around this summer, even a price reduction won't help. Stay up to date with all things digital with my daily 30-minute podcast. It's called Kim Commando Today. Innovative businesses see every day as an opportunity to create something new. Dell Technologies advisors are here with tools and expertise to help you do incredible things. Because Dell Technologies believes there's an innovator in all of us. Learn more about smart PCs powered by the Intel vPro platform that's built for business. Find tech that's right for you by calling a Dell Technologies advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. Innovative businesses see every day as an opportunity to create something new. Dell Technologies advisors are here with tools and expertise to help you do incredible things. Because Dell Technologies believes there's an innovator in all of us. Learn more about smart PCs powered by the Intel vPro platform that's built for business. Find tech that's right for you by calling a Dell Technologies advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have just enough moist air for an isolated afternoon shower or thunderstorm today. Otherwise, we get sunshine and heat. Our afternoon high topping out at about 100. Clear for the overnight hours and low 70s, and then we'll have a dry weekend coming up. Sunny and hot again on Saturday. We'll be in the low 100s and then right around 100 again on Sunday, and lots of sun. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bernie Bennett. Amazon announces a new deal.
Amazon has announced that it will acquire the primary care organization One Medical in a deal valued at roughly $3.9 billion. Amazon will purchase the care provider for $18 per share in an all-cash transaction. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
The European Central Bank raised interest rates Thursday for the first time in 11 years by a larger than expected amount, joining steps already taken by the U.S. Federal Reserve and other major central banks to target stubbornly high inflation. The number of Americans applying for unemployment benefits last week rose to its highest level in more than 8 months, a sign the labor market may be showing some weakness. Applications for jobless aid for the week ending July 16th rose to 251,000, up from the previous week's 244,000. Stocks on Wall Street closed higher Thursday, building on their winning week as investors sifted through a deluge of news about the economy and corporate profits. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bernie Bennett in Washington.
Your ride is broke, needs a fix? Come on down, we'll take care of it quick at Big O. Big O Tires. Whatever the problem, we'll ease your fears. We got experience, nearly 60 years at Big O. Big O Tires.
With nearly 60 years of experience and high customer ratings, you can always count on your local Big O Tires to give you quality products and trustworthy service, all for a low price. From July 11th through July 31st, save between $70 and $100 instantly on select sets of Bridgestone and Firestone tires with installation purchase. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Installation charges extra. Required on all 4 tires. Not valid with other offers. Eligibility may vary. Disposal fees extra and up to 10% shop fee based on non-discounted regular retail price not to exceed $35 where permitted. See store for details.
Have you ever been told that you just weren't good enough at something or you didn't measure up? Did you know that Walt Disney was told that he lacked imagination and had no good ideas, and therefore wasn't hired as a cartoonist? Albert Einstein didn't learn to talk until he was 4, and he didn't learn to read till he was 7. And then he was expelled from school and couldn't get into Zurich Polytechnic School. He turned out all right. Franklin Roosevelt began his career in public service after flunking out of Columbia Law School. Abraham Lincoln was appointed postmaster in his township and had the worst efficiency record in the country. What do all these individuals have in common? The fact that they persevered and refused to give up. We must all learn to overcome obstacles, difficulties, and trials to experience our victory in Christ. Galatians 6 verse 9 says, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." God has so much in store for us. May we learn from our struggles and continue to press onward to meet the goals God has laid out.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
There's nothing like the rich look and luxurious feel of real leather. Glenn's Furniture has a special inventory of high-quality leather furniture in dozens of beautiful colors. Power reclining sofas, love seats, and recliners in a variety of styles, all covered in soft, durable leather that would look fabulous in your home. Visit Glenn's Furniture at the corner of Union and Alameda and upgrade to leather today. Glenn's, making homes beautiful since 1953.
When you can't be home, make your space feel more like home with Candlewood Suites, Roswell, New Mexico, featuring extended stay rooms, complete with kitchenettes in a quiet area, plus plenty of great amenities, including free hot coffee 24/7, and the Candlewood Cupboard 24-hour convenience store, plus the Candlewood Gym and free laundry facilities. Cool off in the outdoor pool, complete with hot tub, and enjoy the outdoor gazebo and grills. And the Candlewood Lending Locker for stuff you couldn't pack, like crock pots, board games, and more. Call 575-623-4300 to find out more. Candlewood Suites, where everyone here is sweet on you. Your home away from home.
The Valley Cafe introduces weekly lunch specials. Whether you like burgers, soups, salads, or sandwiches, the Valley Cafe will satisfy your lunch cravings. This week for lunch, try the Jamwich. Thinly sliced ham, bacon, grilled onions, grilled jalapenos, and Swiss cheese. Served on a bolillo bun with jalapeno pineapple jam. Grab and go lunch now at the Valley Cafe, the orange building across from Church on the Move, 801 Brasher in Roswell.
If you're missing a tooth or several teeth, a dental implant may be the ultimate solution. Implants look and feel so much like real teeth that you probably forget you have an implant. Maupin & Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin & Brown today for an evaluation. You'll be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin & Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
A Greek-Canadian man invented the Hawaiian pizza. His name was Tex Colorado, and he was from Detroit. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 7:57. Stay tuned next hour. We're scheduled to have Sheriff Mike Carrington join us. I didn't text him until this morning, and I haven't heard back yet, so hopefully he makes it in. I usually try to hit him the day before, but didn't get a chance to yesterday. So hopefully we get a chance to talk to the sheriff. Hey, tomorrow, if you don't have breakfast plans yet, well, I got you some. The Chaves County Joy Center is having a breakfast fundraiser tomorrow from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. over at the Joy Center, 1822 North Montana. Tickets are just $10, and your breakfast will include pancakes, sausage, scrambled eggs, coffee, tea, or juice. And if you'd like to pay $3 more, you can also add biscuits and gravy and cinnamon rolls for just $3 more, too. So, again, that is tomorrow at the Joy Center for their big breakfast fundraiser, 8 to 10 tomorrow morning, 1822 North Montana. Tickets $10, or bring an extra $3 to get you some biscuits and gravy and cinnamon rolls, too. And all of that money goes to support the programs and events and things happening at the Chaves County Joy Center there. Also, don't forget, and I will talk more, I believe, next week with the folks, but The Last Escape of Billy the Kid, the old Lincoln days, the big pageant festival, all that's coming up here the first Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of August, which is August 5th, 6th, and 7th. They're going to be doing the highlight of the weekend is always the pageant, the Last Escape of Billy the Kid pageant. They'll be doing performance times for that Friday night at 8:30, Saturday night at 8:30, and then Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. It's an awesome show. They basically it's a script of basically the pageant show was a script written. It's as old as the historical as the Lincoln County War. Many of the folks that lived through the Lincoln County War were part of the writing of that script. So the script, and they use the same one that they've been using for forever. And so it's really cool that there's some history in the story as much as the story it's telling. So it's pretty cool. But anyway, that's happening that weekend. You can, let's see, do I have I think I don't have the website on here. You can go, but It's usually like Last Escape of the Billy Kid pageant, something like that. Do a Google search. You'll be able to see the stuff. And we're going to have Kent McInnes on next week to talk more about it. Michael Martin Murphy's doing a concert there Friday night. I think that'll be right before the Last Escape performance there Friday night. Of course, they have the Sunday pre-concert at 1. They'll have the parade at 11 on Sunday. They got a lot of stuff going on. So mark it on your calendars, August 5th, 6th, and 7th to be in Lincoln, New Mexico. All right, you're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. We'll be back on the other side of news.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. In Rochester, New York.
We have had 2 officers shot. This is a tragedy for our community.
One of the police officers died, according to Rochester Mayor Malik Evans. The deceased officer, Anthony Mazurkowitz, a 29-year veteran of the RPD. His partner's in the hospital and is expected to survive. A manhunt's underway for the suspect or suspects. And not far from Rochester, New York's Republican governor candidate Lee Zeldin was on stage giving a speech when a man tried to stab him. Congressman Zeldin grabbed the attacker's wrist and others tackled the man. Nobody seriously hurt. Zeldin resumed his speech after the attack. Turned out he was correct when he predicted that the man would soon be released without bail. It's the first confirmed case of polio in the U.S. in close to 10 years.
State health officials say an unvaccinated young adult from a New York City suburb had developed paralysis. Polio symptoms developed a month ago. Dr. Jennifer Nuzzo is at Brown University.
This isn't normal. We don't want to see this. And it's really a consequence of low vaccine coverage, or lower than we'd like to see vaccine coverage.
The person is no longer deemed contagious. Dr. Nuzzo says if you're vaccinated against polio, don't worry.
But in communities where vaccine coverage is low, then we do worry about spread.
Vaccination clinics have been scheduled in New York. Polio was once one of the nation's most feared diseases, mostly affecting children. Because of vaccines, it was declared eliminated in the U.S. in 1979. I'm Ed Donahue.
The Democrat-dominated House panel investigating the U.S. Capitol riot has wrapped up its summer schedule of hearings, devoid of any cross-examination of witnesses or challenges to the evidence presented. On Wall Street, the Dow's up a dozen points, the Nasdaq down 56, and the S&P is off 4 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
If you were lied to when buying a timeshare and want out, you need my help. Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started the timeshare cancellation industry by exposing the ugly truth about timeshare and giving folks the straight facts. I've been fighting the timeshare giants ever since, so no one knows this industry better than me and my team. Today, we have 383 employees and have saved our clients an average of $65,000 in lifetime payments. Imagine putting those timeshare dollars back in your pocket. If you were told at a timeshare presentation that this was available today and today only, that timeshare was a great investment, or your maintenance fees will never go up, call my office now. I guarantee if we take you as a client, we will cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free information kit. 800-881-4242. 800-881-4242. 800-881-4242.
A half dozen Myanmar army defectors have come forward admitting to carrying out gross human rights abuses on orders from their superiors.
One of the young soldiers says he was ordered to torture, loot, and kill innocent people. He was part of a unit who killed civilians who were hiding in a monastery in May. When a corporal raided the village of Yemet in December, he said their orders were to shoot indiscriminately at men, women, and children and set fire to houses. One of those houses wasn't empty. A new recruit says he's haunted by the cries of a teenage girl who was burnt alive in the house he torched.
That's the BBC's Rebecca Henschke. The UN's highest court set to rule on whether to go ahead with the landmark case accusing Myanmar's rulers of genocide against the country's mainly Muslim Rohingya minority. News and analysis, townhall.com. CVS enacts a new policy on abortion drugs in certain states.
The drugstore chain CVS Health has begun asking pharmacists in some states to verify that certain prescriptions they provide will not be used to end pregnancies. A spokesman for CVS said Thursday the chain recently started the verifications for methotrexate and misoprostol, both of which are used in medication abortions. The drugs can also be used to treat other conditions. CVS spokesman Mike DeAngelis said the policy started the first week of July in Alabama, Arkansas, Idaho, Oklahoma, and Texas, following the U.S. Supreme Court ruling that overturned Roe v. Wade. I'm Mike Gracia.
Rising mortgage rates combining with already high home prices to discourage would-be buyers. Mortgage applications have declined sharply. Sales of previously owned homes have fallen for 5 months in a row during what's generally the busiest time of year in residential real estate. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel and what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
Deuces.
Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Friday.
Yep.
It's Friday.
Mm-hmm.
The weekend is almost upon us.
I don't know, dude. I've just been sapped of all energy.
It's the heat.
The heat has just,
Well, maybe get to cool down. You got any pool trips planned this weekend?
None planned, but doesn't mean they're not going to happen.
Yeah.
I think that's actually like the last day that I have membership at the pool.
Okay.
Actually,
well, I know
so.
you've got festivities planned. I didn't know if any of that involved.
Oh, it's happening at the splash pad.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'll tell you this: if you're ever going to plan a surprise party for somebody, make sure that person doesn't have social media. It makes it incredibly easy.
Well, it's your daughter, right?
Yeah. And she doesn't have social media, so I've been able to plan everything out on Facebook.
She doesn't listen to the radio show, does she?
No. She better not.
She's not at the grandparents' house listening to the show right now.
All of a sudden, an interest in
That's why I was trying to
talk.
keep it on the DL just in case. And he's like, well, surprise party for my...
No, she's not. They're not listening.
Okay, well, good.
I guarantee it.
Don't tell nobody, please. Keep it on the DL. She's trying to surprise his daughter.
None of the women in my life, in the history of my life, have ever bothered to listen to me on the radio.
Oh, they do. They just don't tell you.
No, that's all God's honest.
They take note of everything you say, and then they will.
I heard everything you just said.
They will harvest it and hold it, and then unleash it on you at the least opportunistic time for you.
I wish. I wish that they could see me at my wittiest.
Yeah.
You know, this is I consider
This is it, huh?
This show I consider my best. I'm like usually at my top.
All right.
You know, I peak.
You peek right here.
I peek right here.
Well, thank you for peeking.
That's right. I save it.
She's good. I'm just saying it happens. I didn't say it happens to me. I just said it happens.
So there's some stories that are being told on the air from time to time about me that should not go public. And I'm all like, what the?
We keep it mostly above board.
Yeah.
Mostly, but there's been a time or two.
She did say something to me about yesterday.
What happened yesterday?
Because I called her out for her guilty pleasure.
Oh, the days of our lives.
Yeah.
I was like, you're airing my guilty pleasure on air.
That's not that bad. I'll tell you this.
Right? It's not that
I'm going to be
bad.
honest with you. When
That's
I
all
was,
she's got to be embarrassed about. It's no big deal.
When I was in 7th grade, never mind the why, I was kicked out of school. So, never mind the why. Never mind the why.
I'm going to hear this later.
So,
it wasn't for being on honor roll, I can tell you that.
It wasn't actually. So I used to have to go to work with my mom early in the morning at like 5 in the morning, which is part of the reason I'm such an early bird. She used to work at a nursing home, but she would get off at like, around 11:30 or noon. So I would get home just in time to watch Days of Our Lives. Oh. And so for like a good solid 3 months, I was very into the storylines of Days of Our Lives. Now bear in mind, this was me at like 11, 12, something like that.
There's still some characters there.
Yeah, there was. What's I can't think of her name, the blonde lady.
Marlena?
Her actual actress. I can't think of her name.
There's Allison Sweeney.
Allison Sweeney, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah,
she's
that's
the one.
girl from The Biggest Loser, right?
Yeah,
she's the one.
Sammy,
yeah, she's the one who I was like crazy into.
Oh, she's still on there.
I know. And she still looks exactly the same as she did when I was in 7th grade. It's weird.
My middle name is from one of the characters in Days of Our Lives, Hope.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
My mom named me after her. So that's kind of why Days of Our Lives is special to me.
I dig it.
My mom watched it, and I grew up watching it.
See, that's not a guilty pleasure. You got a story behind it.
So here's the thing. You said you watched when you were 12?
Yeah, about that.
Go watch it this afternoon at 1 o'clock. You'll pick it up like you just never left off.
I know that's...
Yeah.
They do that on purpose. Storylines move at a glacial pace strictly because the only reason for soap operas, traditionally, the only reason for soap operas to exist was to get to the commercial breaks.
Yeah. Did you get to watch yesterday after all was said and done, or were they telling us about how Biden had the sniffles for 3 hours?
Shortly after you left, it came back on there. Yeah.
They were literally talking. They literally interrupted like an hour of television yesterday to just talk about the president's sniffles.
And I'm like, they were really like, come on.
And what makes me laugh the hardest is they're not asking like questions of concern or any of those things.
Right.
All they're asking is, why is he not wearing a mask in the video that he sent us saying he's okay?
And he's by himself on the patio.
And I'm like, this is all this stuff. And they spend an hour to cut into regular programming to tell us this information.
Right.
There's no other people walking around them. They kept their distance, I'm sure.
Who turned the camera on?
Now, I know what happened. They're saying, we're just going to miss Days of Our Lives. Dozens of people won't care. And then there we go.
Yeah, this could seriously affect tens of people.
Yeah, me one of them. But anyways, that was my guilty pleasure. But a couple years ago, he aired a story that was like, you got to be kidding me.
Well, this is on you.
Yeah, if you're gonna bring stuff back up, this is now on.
I'm not saying. I'm not giving any details.
And I don't remember which one it was.
So you go back and look at the archives of Mornings with Mike Winters from a few years ago and see if you can figure it out.
What was the subject matter?
I'm not going there right now.
It was bad enough that she remembers it years after the fact.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't believe it.
It happens.
I couldn't believe it. It's like, what in the world are you saying?
This is one of the benefits of my significant others not listening.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I get away with stuff. It helps.
You did have to get a divorce for that time.
Those are minuscule details. You're glazing over the more important parts.
I have no idea. I don't remember what I said. I'm sure it was bad, but
I want to find out off the air.
Well, I'm sure she'll say it, but well, anybody that's been doing radio that does a show where they talk about themselves,
you gotta dig
it's going to
into your
happen
personal
at
life.
some point. I mean, it just does. So, if
and
you're
honestly,
doing it right.
the lives that Mike and I live are much more embarrassing than anything you've ever done. So,
I'm aware.
It's okay. It's okay. Trust me.
Definitely aware.
We're gonna lay our nonsense up before the public before we lay out yours.
Yeah. Wait for that obituary to show up, right? Sean's will be like, they threw bologna sandwiches at him.
I'm gonna write my own. I want to make personal notes. It wasn't. They didn't throw. I made sandwiches off of myself.
These guys ate chips so hot it made them puke. So it's all in perspective.
That's true.
And to be honest, everyone watches dumb TV.
Mm-hmm.
Every single person. It's just a question of what you call dumb and what isn't. I mean,
my daughter and I, one of our favorite pastimes, we watch a channel on, and it's on like pretty much all mediums. It's called Fail Army, and it's just a series. It's like ridiculousness, but with no commercials. It's just a series of people just falling off their bikes, slipping on ice. Schadenfreude, basically.
It's the only difference is they don't have like Tanya Harding giving you commentary about it in between,
and that god awful
or Leif Garrett or
that god awful cackle laugh of
Downtown Julie
West
Brown
Coast.
telling you what you think about it.
Is that Danny Bonaducci? What the heck? Where's he being staying?
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, what is
Kato Kalin? That's the one that cracks me up more than anything. You literally are famous for living behind a murderer.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you made a career out of that.
For being a dumb surf boy at the wrong place at the wrong
Forget
time.
the Cash Me Outside girl. At least she had some talent to back it. You're nothing but a dude who lived behind a murderer.
You think
Yeah,
at least
he
could have
fell
got
into that fame.
Boy, did he
fell
ever.
into
You
it.
think you could at least get a McDonald's sponsorship gig? Because
Right.
if you remember, McDonald's got a lot of shine during his testimony back in the. I know this was 1997 or whatever it was that they did the trial, but
95.
Yeah, 95.
whatever it was. Well, I think it was 95.
94.
So it was probably like 96 by the time the trial
94
came
into
on.
95.
No,
Yeah.
it was, well, I was in South Plains.
The verdict
it
was
in 95.
the verdict was in the summer of 95. It was like 94 into 95.
It was 95, yeah.
Regardless, he was talking about McDonald's because I guess he had to go get McDonald's for OJ or something.
Right.
I just remember there was hours of testimony talking about McDonald's. So, you think Cato would have got a gig there with
Right.
McDonald's?
One would think if they would have been advantageous.
Yeah.
He was loving it.
Speaking of McDonald's,
Speaking, I was going to say, speaking of a double homicide.
Everybody here, go ahead. You guid it. Go ahead.
Speaking of double homicide, if you want to murder your hunger and your hunger's potential lover, head over to any of the McDonald's in your area. We got 3 right here in your own backyard.
The Bronco is out now.
That's right. Take your white Bronco
Go through
on
the
a slow
drive-thru.
speed chase to a McDonald's near you. Slip your eating gloves on and get ready to
I
enjoy.
think for the first time ever, we're going to lose our McDonald's gig.
take a bite out of that breakfast sandwich.
As OJ says, look out. I would love to. Now I'm going to my Howard Stern clips. For his berries and cream, now it's the OJ clips.
What we're trying to say is, if you're hungry this morning or any morning, head to a local McDonald's near you with 3 locations right here in Roswell to serve you better.
Yeah, or any afternoon or evening. They got you covered.
That's right.
But if you want like breakfast stuff, now's the time.
Yeah.
I've been wanting, and I just haven't caught him at the right time to go do it yet. I need to try the Minute Maid Coke, frozen Coke.
The frozen Coke. Because here's the thing.
And they got a cherry one too. I just haven't done it yet.
I've got the comparisons. When it comes to a Coke, like slushy, that's a hard line to draw because there's a lot of Coke slushies out there that have been proven to be really good. So
Yeah.
I want to see how Minute Maid stands up.
I'm very
Bring it on.
All I know is if McDonald's put it on their menu, it's got to be good.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean? They don't mess around when they. If you ever notice that, if you think about it, McDonald's does that. Like even when the chicken sandwich thing went all crazy, and like Popeyes come out with their sandwich, and everybody and their uncle's like, all right, and they rush out a sandwich.
Yeah.
McDonald's like, we have a sandwich, we'll get with that. Oh, by the way, a year later, we've been perfecting a sandwich here. Here's that. You want to try that Popeyes jobber? Yeah. Great. Here's this one.
Yeah, Mickey D's is,
and they do so when it shows up on the menu. There's a lot of testing and market sampling before you get to see it.
Mickey D's is like Paramount Plus. They let everybody else make the mistakes first, and they come in and they do it right.
Anybody who puts more science in their soda machine,
right,
than probably most restaurants do in their food, then you gotta respect that. So.
Yep.
Check out any of our McDonald's here in town. Don't forget to download the app.
Do indeed.
Utilize it today. Don't forget they got the Camp McDonald's going on the rest of this month. There's deals and specials every single day throughout the month of July. If you're a Kid Cudi fan, I think his concert's coming up next week or something on there, and all that there. So give it a dance and try it, and then come on through and try your favorites at McDonald's today.
And I want to say a personal thank you to McDonald's for forcing Mike to say Kid Cudi more than he's ever said it in his whole life. That's twice this month.
I know. I never heard of the guy before McDonald's, to be honest.
I don't know who this Kid Cudi kid is, but McDonald's about to put him on the map.
Right? Actually, he's in, isn't Kid Cudi in the most recent Bill and Ted's?
Oh, is he? I haven't seen it yet.
Or is that a different guy?
I literally haven't seen it.
You've not seen the most recent?
I know.
Oh, I'm kind of ashamed of you for this.
You should be.
It's actually a good movie. I thoroughly enjoy. I might want to watch it again now.
I actually kind of do need to check it out. Yeah.
Is it still on Paramount Plus?
I think so. It's on one of them. It's on one of them.
Yeah.
Speaking of, they did put out part 2 of the Streaming Wars. I don't know if you saw that.
Not yet, but I have. It's on tap to watch here.
I watched a meta breakdown of the story, like the streaming wars, like the way they're telling it, it has some serious layers. They're saying this is maybe the most meta that Matt and Trey have ever gotten, because not only are they referencing like the streaming wars being the streaming, services, but also the fact that they struck deals with multiple companies. The fact that they struck a $500 million deal with HBO Max to house all of their previous episodes and any new episodes on Comedy Central through 2025.
Wow.
And then at this almost like 6 or 7 months later, signed a $900 million deal with Paramount Plus
for the movies.
For the all the
these
movies
little short movies they're doing, yeah.
Right. But those movies are behind Paramount Plus's wall. They never air on Comedy Central, thusly they never air on HBO Max. So they cut that whole. My arms hurt right now.
Yeah, let's say you're doing a Twister situation.
They cut that whole half of the deal out, and so HBO. So basically, they made almost $1.5 billion worth of deals, basically playing these two streaming services against each other, and then made a movie making fun of the fact that they did it. That rules.
It is. You got to give them props for doing that, because at the end of the day, they make a dumb cartoon about some stupid kids from Colorado, and they're bazillionaires from it now. You know, you got to give them. And I was wondering about that, because I was like, you don't see the shows on Paramount, but those movies are on there, and I was like,
you can find the episodes, including the new ones that aired on Comedy Central, over on HBO Max, but not on Paramount Plus. So it's like they have their content in two different universes that are currently at war with each other.
Now that we're kind of in this streaming, where everyone and their uncle's throwing out a streaming service, and now you can like a la carte everything in the planet. I wonder if this is going to turn to like Demolition Man, where they're going to have the streaming wars, and then at the end of the day, it's all going to be one streaming company.
Right.
Taco Bell.
Turns out Apple Plus was the correct answer. Gosh darn it.
I got to say, Apple Plus is way behind the others.
Do you know what?
As far as content
Here's
goes.
what it is. Apple Plus is like Apple products.
Yeah.
They're self-confident. Like they're confident in themselves, and they don't need like the approval of outsiders.
Well, it's like they try to make their shows a little bit more sophisticated. They aren't, but I mean they give the appearance that they are.
Like Ted Lasso, it's our comedy. Oh, it takes place in Britain, where things are just a little bit more,
like their very first big show was Morning Show, the basically the Today Show knockoff, basically. And even that, if you watch it, it's good. It's entertaining. I enjoy it. I've seen both seasons that are up there.
Right.
It's like a poor man's Aaron Sorkin, is what I call it.
Is it not an Aaron Sorkin project?
No.
I thought
it's
it was.
not Aaron Sorkin.
Okay.
It looks and feels like Aaron Sorkin, but it's not Aaron Sorkin. What I mean by that is they try all the tactics that we try to do sophisticated banter, but we try to be funnier with ours, and it's not. And then of course they replicate the walking down hallway scenes they always do.
The walk and talks.
Yeah, in every Sorkin, like West Wing or American President or any of his things. That scene where two people are talking, they walk through like every corridor of a building. They follow them while they do it. There's. Put it this way, type Alice and Janney walking down hallways, and then you'll get 10 hours of West Wing.
Family Guy did a fantastic example of that.
Yeah.
The company's like, do you have the files asked for? I do. Let's walk. They just start walking. He's like, here's what we were asking for. And they were just like they're speed walking through. And then like another guy comes up, and they just take another path down another hallway.
Yeah.
And it zooms out, and you just see like a bunch of like hallway. It's like a maze.
Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of what it is. So I watched it. And then they have a lot of more artsy, like I think the one that got a lot of run was that Coda, which I never watched, and I think that's something about a guy that's hearing impaired, but I don't know the whole. So it's still, you watch the trailer for it and it looks like this inspirational thing. I'm like, I want something dumb and devoid. I don't want all that inspirational cry stuff.
I loved the Daredevil series. Loved it. I can't go back and watch it now after having seen what Homelander did to that one superhero in The Boys.
Yeah.
Thinking, your entire superpower could just be ended if somebody comes up and boxes your ears. Yeah, you're done.
Well, that's the slight problem with many of these superhero Marvel universes and everything.
Your disability is your ability. Well, what happens if your ability is taken away?
Well, and I've said this 1,000 times on the show, but they all live in the same world. Why? It's like now they got a level of the problems. Like, you got a kingpin in a city. Oh, that's Daredevil level.
Yeah.
Why isn't Thor showing up at every one of these? I'm just saying, you know.
I think that they kind of have. Well, if you think about it from the perspective of like, not from the movie perspective, but from the perspective of like the company that has to run. That has to run the superheroes.
Mm-hmm.
They minimize the damage. If you send Thor in for a street level problem, you're going to have like buildings getting knocked down. So you need street level heroes to solve street level problems. When we're dealing with gods of universes, that's when you bring Thor in.
I disagree.
Smaller problems require smaller solutions. Sure, you could take Kingpin out like this, but then you don't have a season of television.
Well, I get it, but you know.
Because remember, the people who run the superhero company are also thinking about it from the perspective, like in The Boys, from the perspective of how do we monetize this?
I'm just a guy that's watching a TV show, and you're asking me to jump into this world and be, and okay, I'm willing to say there's magical people that can fly around and do things. Okay,
right.
I'm suspending that disbelief.
Gotcha.
But don't try to make it real with government bureaucracy and all that mess. And then tell me I live in Hell's Kitchen. By the way, you're not worthy of Captain America. You get a blind dude.
Right. No. Now, yeah, when you put it like that, if I was the one who needed the superhero, but at the same time, do I want, say, for example, Thor and Loki to show up and level my entire building? Like to solve my problem with Kingpin, they throw a car through, a floor of a building and it falls down.
I get that, but like, I'm just saying, when what's his name comes rolling in and Thor's, I'm just saying that the bad guy level's overkill there. I'm just saying like what's his name, Bullseye or whatever, I can't remember the bad guy in Daredevil, whatever his name is.
Oh, I can't see.
Vincent D'Onofrio, whatever his character is. But if Vincent D'Onofrio's standing there trying to look all tough and then Thor shows up, I'm pretty sure that's it. There's no more Kingpin in Hell's Kitchen.
Thor's busy eating shawarma. Okay.
I mean, he could knock this out like on the way to something. He could literally be like, I'm going to go pick up my date for a day. Oh, let me go knock out this Kingpin dude real quick. And one whack with a hammer and that's over with.
Do you think?
And Hell's Kitchen safe again.
Sure. But there's now a gigantic hammer-sized whole crater in the road. So now we got to call in the construction crew. That whole section of highway shut down.
He's got touch.
The businesses that depend on the street traffic that go through there, they're getting shut down. They're having to shutter their doors. Bob's not going to be able to pay for Sheila's expensive heart surgery.
Well, Thor has touch. He can go less. I mean, I saw.
That's just it. Do they?
Yes, because I just watched a commercial where there's a guy that's the neighbors with the Thor. The Thors is what they call it. And like the hammer's like holding the paper down for so it won't blow away. Now they go a little overkill with the fire starting on the grill, but I'm saying there's some touch there. He doesn't have to destroy the whole town, just one whack upside Vincent D'Onofrio's head with the hammer, and the Daredevil story's over.
I guess you could rein it in theory, but my argument is, if they launch that as a solution, then that would ruin the story aspect of things. And
I get that, but this is where you're asking me to sense. I get all that, and I get they have a story. It doesn't work all that, but I'm talking if you want to put me in this universe and make me buy into it. Okay, I get there's a certain sense of disbelief, like okay, people fly and all that, but all I'm saying is, if I'm in this universe and I live in Hell's Kitchen, I'm not satisfied with just having Daredevil handle my business because I live in Hell's Kitchen. Right. I'm like, look, there's a bad guy here that clearly the cops can't handle. Stop sending me the blind ninja. Give me Thor. Give me the guy with the big suit that can come in and blast this dude, and we're done with our day.
I would argue maybe not Thor. Maybe if you send in like
an Iron Man, he'd knock it out in like 3 minutes.
Or like a Black Widow, then maybe. I feel like and those again are the supers, but they're the mid-range supers because nobody's rocking a Hawkeye shirt. Hawkeye's got the free time. Send Hawkeye in. He's a sure shot. Or what's that? And
I agree.
And they did this sort of with Green Arrow, not Green Arrow. What is it? Was it Green Arrow?
I don't know.
The Archer. I can't remember.
That's Hawkeye.
Right, but I thought there was another one. I thought there was like a Green Arrow or something.
That's DC.
Yeah, okay.
That's DC.
See, yeah, I just angered a whole army of nerds.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna get him. But yeah, no. So send in a Hawkeye, send in a Black Widow. I think they could take care of things. Sure.
I would go send them as a combo. Okay, like you said. Hawkeye and Black Widow and all these. And people are like, we just talked 30 minutes about this.
Yeah.
We're dudes and we're 12.
It's Comic-Con week, all right? Back off us.
Tell my guests to be here. But
right?
Just kidding. But that's my biggest beef with all of that stuff. It's like and they joke about it like in I think DC's joked about it in one of their spin-off shows. It was our favorite show there with what's his name about the bone and
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker. Thank you. I can remember the name of the show.
Right.
Peacemaker, they make fun of that. Like Peacemaker don't, and then Superman and Wonder Woman is like, where have you guys been?
Right.
That to me is like the quintessential yes. That's the whole problem with all of this stuff is they just went through hell and back, and then these guys are like, oh, where you been?
Sure. and yeah, I can understand that, but I think that the mindset is that they're all doing their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
They have their own stuff to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
I think that once you approach that level of super, your mind goes to like you don't see those problems anymore. You're seeing problems on a global level at this point.
Okay.
Because
maybe.
Well,
now we're getting into psychology.
I think maybe the reason it's easier for me to suspend that disbelief is because I'm a pro wrestling fan, and in that I know about developmental territories.
Yeah.
So you got your we'll call it your NXTs, your OVWs down here.
Yeah.
They're good. They're not up to main event status yet. Every now and again, you'll see one of these guys come down and like grace these guys with his presence.
Mm-hmm.
But that's special. You got to save that. So these guys are working their way up. So yeah, it's more of a they haven't earned that yet. They haven't earned the.
I get all that,
yet, I guess.
But tell that to the guy in Hell's Kitchen whose neighbor is being terrorized by these clown shoes.
Yeah, but I don't have to.
It's like send me Thor. All right, enough of this nonsense. Send
Daredevil,
Thor.
tell him for me. He's a lawyer. He talks good.
That's all I'm saying. Just give me a better one. Upgrade us here.
Maybe we need. Okay, so we have street level.
Well,
maybe we need mid range.
Well, use your logic. Okay, we'll say we do that.
Mm-hmm.
Hell's Kitchen's like in New York City. That's a big metropolitan area.
It is.
Maybe we let Daredevil earn his chops and say, like, I don't know, Oregon, New Mexico.
So you're talking about giving him the deep treatment.
Yeah.
Sending him off to Ohio.
Yeah, send him to Oregon, New Mexico.
All right.
And send him there and put him there until he gets good. And then when he can do Thor stuff, we'll put you back in Hell's Kitchen.
Okay.
There's just too many people for you to be trying to fix stuff down there when we got people that can knock this out in 2 seconds.
Yeah, at the same time, though, that's not where the problem is. The problem's in Hell's Kitchen.
Well, he can handle organ problems. He can take out rats or chupacabras.
At that point, he's becoming like a comptroller. He's just required to show up at city council meetings and stuff.
Well, I'm just saying.
You're neutering Daredevil. And the thing is, he can hear all this right now.
Yeah, he can.
He can hear everything you just said.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? Bring your other friends with you. The Luke Cage and bring all them other ones.
I was sitting here the whole time. Like, what is his name? What's the other guy's name? Luke Cage.
The Fist Dude and all them other
Yeah.
ones. Yeah, bring them with you. They all can be there in Oregon, New Mexico, fighting chupacabras.
We tell them we're sending them to Vegas. They get off the train, see the single tumbleweed, and we're like, oh, Vegas, New Mexico.
That's right.
Got it. Got it. By the way,
the Wolverines.
I don't think I brought that up on the radio yet. I'm not, because the plan was we were going back in February to Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
And we found out that you could take the train to Vegas for $15.
You got the
We were so excited about this. And it's like 5 hours. We're like, cool. Nobody checked to see if it was Las Vegas, New Mexico. Turns out the train ride to Vegas is like $154 a person one way, so we're not gonna do that anymore.
So so you're going to Vegas, New Mexico?
Apparently, yeah, that's where the train.
Where did you leave from to
Albuquerque.
go to?
So 5 hours from Albuquerque to Las Vegas, New Mexico. That train is going at like 10 miles an hour, as best I can figure it.
You could probably, for about $20 more, do a cab ride.
I was going to say walk there and be faster. Yeah, so that's not going to happen. So now we've decided we're going to convoy it and take 2 vehicles.
You know what would have been really fun? Is if you guys get on that train, but you're all dressed up like you're going to Vegas,
right?
And like the party and doing all, and then you get there and you're in Vegas, New Mexico, and just keep acting like you're in Vegas.
Just keep
to see what people's reactions
maintain
would be.
it. Where I get some yard marks. Just one single tumbleweed rolls by.
Where's the fountain?
There's Dollar General stores over there. you might be able to get somebody over at the post office.
Well, then they'd be like, well, we got the area where they shot the movies.
I'm not sure why I gave him that accent. It would actually, you go over to the tall rock.
It's just a different voice. It's not yours, so you go with a different one.
Yeah.
And then anytime we think of things remote, we always automatically go into redneck mode. That's kind of by default. I guess
I'm
I should
going to
play some
assume
commercials.
the sheriff's not going to
Yeah, I'm going to play some commercials here because I haven't even done weather or nothing. So let's do this. Let's
really did go 30 minutes.
Daredevil screwed us again.
I love the news.
8:34. Here's your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have just enough moist air for an isolated afternoon shower or thunderstorm today. Otherwise, we get sunshine and heat. Our afternoon high topping out at about 100. Clear for the overnight hours and low 70s, and then we'll have a dry weekend coming up. Sunny and hot again on Saturday. We'll be in the low 100s and then right around 100 again on Sunday and lots of sun. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 83 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 46%. Winds currently out of the south at 7 miles per hour. It's monsoon season. We got another 20% chance of showers this afternoon. Although I thought I heard yesterday on the weather that yesterday was a better chance than today, and then we didn't get much yesterday. So, yeah. But anyway, 20% chance of rain this afternoon after 3. Otherwise, mostly sunny. Highs around 100 today, with southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. 20% chance of rain for tonight as well, mainly before midnight. Mostly cloudy, gradually clearing after midnight with overnight low of 73. South winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. For the weekend on Saturday, mostly sunny. Highs right around 99 with south winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Mostly clear tomorrow night with an overnight low of 73. South winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Sunday, sunny on Sunday with a high of 99, southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then Monday when you head back to work, there is a 20% chance of afternoon showers, mostly sunny and 99. And that seems to be a theme for most of next week as of right now. 20% Tuesday, high of 99, 20% Wednesday with a high of 99, Thursday a 30% with a high of 96. So that's what we're looking at for next week. All right, it is 36 minutes after 8 o'clock. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll follow it up with local news. We'll be back on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Here at the Tailgate Nation, we try to make our service department as friendly and convenient as possible. But sometimes you're just too busy to bring your vehicle in for the service it needs. So your friends at Roswell Ford have come up with a revolutionary new idea, mobile service. Instead of you bringing your vehicle to us, we'll come to you. That's right, the Roswell Ford mobile service crew can take care of routine maintenance and light repairs at your home, office, place of business, or just about anywhere your vehicle is. We can change your oil and filter, rotate your tires, replace your battery, change your windshield wipers, do a complete multi-point inspection, and more. Right in your own driveway or parking lot. And these are Ford factory-trained technicians who'll bring the right equipment, tools, and parts to get the job done correctly without interrupting your busy day. So how cool is that? Mobile service. Kind of makes you wonder why nobody thought of it before. Call the Roswell Ford Service Department to make an appointment. Then just sit back and relax.
Have you ever been told that you just weren't good enough at something or you didn't measure up? Did you know that Walt Disney was told that he lacked imagination and had no good ideas, and therefore wasn't hired as a cartoonist? Albert Einstein didn't learn to talk until he was 4, and he didn't learn to read till he was 7. And then he was expelled from school and couldn't get into Zurich Polytechnic School. He turned out all right. Franklin Roosevelt began his career in public service after flunking out of Columbia Law School. Abraham Lincoln was appointed postmaster in his township and had the worst efficiency record in the country. What do all these individuals have in common? The fact that they persevered and refused to give up. We must all learn to overcome obstacles, difficulties, and trials to experience our victory in Christ. Galatians 6 verse 9 says, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." God has so much in store for us. May we learn from our struggles and continue to press onward to meet the goals God has laid out.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday. located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
The International UFO Museum and Research Center, alongside 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, wants to thank all of our friends that made the 2022 ufologist invasion such a success. A huge thank you to Candlewood Inn and Suites, Roswell Ford, Dion's Pizza, Home 2 Suites, Pepper's Grill and Bar, Rib Crib, Portofino's Italian Restaurant, La Grande Victoria, and Antigua Cocina Mexicana. We would also like to thank Clyde Lewis for bringing his show to Roswell. This year's festival was a huge success thanks to those great partners and the welcoming folks of Roswell. We can't wait to do it all again in 2023.
Buying a sewing machine from a big box store or online might seem like a bargain, but in this case, you really do get what you pay for. Just the machine. No lessons, no help with figuring out why it isn't working the way you expect, and no one close to fix it. Buying locally from an authorized retailer may cost a little more, but in the end, it will save you time, money, and aggravation. Come see me, Chris Ann, at So Easy Sewing, 200 East College Boulevard in Roswell, and let me show you why it pays to shop local. So Easy Sewing. You've never had it so easy.
Yup, it's back to school season, and Roswell Honda wants to get you geared up with the 5th annual Back to School Blowout. Stop by Roswell Honda now through July 29th and register your kids to get a backpack chock full of supplies absolutely free. Then on July 30th, join Roswell Honda for the Back to School Bash with lots of free food and fun stuff for the whole family. And that's not all. While you're there, register to win a brand new desk, office chair, and HP laptop. Register now for the Back to School Blowout, July 30th, 10 to 1 at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd.
Now for a Pecos Valley News update. I'm Jared Sorello. Thanks for joining us today. Our top story, did you feel that? Yeah, lots of people did. An earthquake was felt in Carlsbad and across the region Thursday morning. The U.S. Geological Survey said the region has actually seen an uptick in seismic activity. Researchers are tying it to growing oil and gas operations throughout the Permian Basin. A magnitude 4.7 quake was reported just after 7:30 Thursday morning, about 35 miles south of Whites City. It was followed by a 3.0 shaker just before 9 in the morning. Roswell Police and Fire inviting everyone to join them for National Night Out on Tuesday, August 2nd at the Roswell Convention Center parking lot. The event from 5 to 8 p.m. And McGruff the Crime Dog will also make an appearance. There will be a Jolly Jump and carnival games for the kids with lots more free activities. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello reporting.
It's possible to turn peanut butter into diamonds. Peter Pan tried it with his buddy Skippy, but they couldn't do it in a jiff. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 8:41. Like I said, I don't think our guest is going to make it. And I was going to play another interview, but quite frankly, I don't have enough time. So, because we got to talking about superheroes for 3 hours there. Hey, if you're looking for a place to cool off, the Eastern New Mexico University Roswell Pool is open for summer 2022, and it's open 7 days a week. From 10 to 11 every day, you can come by for lap swimming. And if you love to go lap swimming and stuff, we were talking to Perry Tolles and stuff about a week or two ago, and he had saying, yeah, the lanes are open. They got plenty of room for lap swimmers there. So every day from 10 to 11, they do lap swimming. And then from 11 to 5, they do open swim. And it's just $5 for the whole day. You pay $5 and you swim to your heart's content. Once you pay, you can stay all day. They also have a full concession stand with lots of covered seating and more. You still can get summer passes. I know it's a little late in the season, but if you want to try that, I'm sure you can talk to them about that. And ENMUR students can get in for half off. So if you are a student at ENMUR, you get in for a discount. Book the pool for your next pool party together as well, too. Give them a call for more information about that, 575-624-7305. Again, that's 575-624-7305. Other thing I want to mention or put on your radar here, the Historical Society for Southeast Mexico, they're going to be doing another drive-through fundraising event. It's their Trip Down Memory Lane drive-through fundraiser event, and it's going to be happening Thursday, August 25th. They're celebrating the past 40 years of Heritage Dinner recipients. So they're honoring all of the past Heritage Dinner recipients with this drive-through event. They do the Heritage Dinner every year, and they have a nice meal, and they honor a person or an organization, and there's a big dinner, and there's a lot of just history. We talk about the history of this person or individual and all that stuff. But when COVID hit, that kind of put the kibosh on it for that year. So they turned it into a drive-through event where Peppers, who would normally cater the event at said venue, was now, offering a meal to go situation. So what they did was they do a drive-through. You go, you get your ticket, you pick it up at the historical site, then you take your ticket over to Peppers, and then they give you a box full of delicious food. And that's how we did it. And people are like, this is a great idea. I like this. It's great because I get to eat great food and I don't have to dress up in suits and fancy and schmooze and all that stuff. I get to go home in my underwear and eat this awesome food.
You get to donate to a worthy cause, and you don't have to be on.
Yeah. And people said, I kind of like that. And so we said, well, let's embrace that as the Historical Society because, quite frankly, we have to raise a lot of money to cover the cost of that facility, that building, and making sure it's maintained, preserving and keeping the archives facility up to date and able to hold all of the treasures that are inside of it. And, of course, so we got to raise money for doing this. And so the Heritage Dinner is a great way for them to do it. You get a delicious meal, and you're supporting the Historical Society, and it's a win-win for everybody. And you don't have to get dressed up and all that. You just, go home and eat your meal.
Why don't you tell us what's on that menu, Mike?
I will. Now, cost is $100 for a box, and that feeds 2.
Yes.
You can also get, which would be like a table, which is 5 boxes, feeds 10 people,
right?
$500.
Or 5 very hungry people.
Yes, exactly. and also with that, you get a centerpiece. They deliver the meals for free to anywhere you want to, and you get a little swag gift and all that.
Nice.
But your menu. You're going to, in each box contains this. A shrimp appetizer for 2.
Nice.
And the shrimp are big usually. They're like bigger than your fingers.
Nice.
Long.
It's like prawn
level. Yeah.
Nice.
Ain't no scrimp about these scrimp. 1 beef entree, which is braised beef tips. Yeah. Can't go wrong with that. A chicken entree, spinach and artichoke grilled chicken.
Nice.
Yeah. Served with red new mashed potatoes.
Ooh.
And a summer squash medley, rolls, butter, and dessert for 2.
Very nice.
It's way better than what you're going to cook for dinner.
It is. It's exactly what I was thinking.
To RSVP, they ask that you do so by the 8th of August. And you can do so by going to the Historical Society's website at roswellnmhistory.org or call the Historical Society 575-622-8333. But they're taking reservations now, and like I said, RSVP deadline is the 8th of August, which is 2 weeks away, something like that.
About 2 weeks, yeah.
Yeah, so you got time, but don't delay or dawdle too long.
Get up off your hands if you're going to do it. Every time you've mentioned the shrimp appetizer, it invariably made me think back to one of the places that we didn't go in Vegas that I really wanted to, which is the Lanai Cafe.
Okay, I'm not familiar.
No, you are. You just
am?
don't know you are.
Okay.
So the Lanai is famous for like the last 50 years being the home of the 99-cent shrimp cocktail.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Still got it. They still got it.
Is it worth every penny?
We didn't try it. Here's the thing. Here's what it is. And I didn't realize this. It's not shrimp cocktail the way you're thinking of, because you're thinking of a shrimp cocktail where the shrimps are like hanging over
in the glass with the cocktail sauce. Yeah.
What it is, it's a cup of cut up shrimp.
Okay.
With cocktail sauce mixed in.
Oh, so it's almost like
a shrimp and cocktail sauce parfait.
Okay.
Kind of. And I was like, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Paying 99 cents for it would have been not bad, because then we went to a place like a day later, like kind of a fancier, more upscale sit-down restaurant. Really nice place. Fantastic food, great, huge portions. But we got a shrimp cocktail appetizer, and it was exactly that. But we paid like $7 for the same thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So did you like the $7 version?
It was great.
Was it?
Yeah, it was fantastic. I was like, maybe I should go back.
Yeah, because in my head, I'm thinking I'm going to spoon, and it's cocktail sauce, a spoon with a little piece of shrimp in it.
Yeah,
and
like
that sounds
a section. It does
sounds
not,
savage.
It does not sound very appealing.
No,
but
it does
the draw,
not.
it's over on Fremont. So like just past like where the Heart Attack Grill is. It's like a block past that is the Lanai. I think it's attached to.
Did you go into the Heart Attack Grill?
No, we didn't. But I thought about it, but there's a scale outside.
Yeah, have you seen like that restaurant's been on like Food Network and all that 100 times. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah.
that little story on it. But yeah, they literally
if you're
weigh
over
you.
300 pounds, I believe you eat for free.
And they, like your waitress is a nurse.
Yeah.
And they're like taking your heart and they literally like the junior burger's like a pound.
It is. Yeah, it's no joke. But yeah, no, we didn't go there. I thought we should have. Actually, I think when we got to Fremont, it was closed by that point. But the one thing one of the things
ran
I
out of
didn't
meat
do,
apparently.
right? They do have a scale outside of the Heart Attack Grill. It's like to weigh you as you go in the door or whatever.
Okay, can you weigh when you come out?
I think so, yeah.
That's what I wanted to, go in and out and see what the difference
is. It
is.
stays on 24 hours because like there were people going up and weighing themselves even while the place was closed. It's like, I should have got my weight. But that was the other thing, though.
People do anything if it's free.
Man,
hey, you want to check your weight? Sounds like fun.
Then we could talk about the time I got shamed at the water park.
Yeah.
So we went to a place called Cowabunga Bay.
Okay.
It's a big
which,
water
by the
park.
way, has no Ninja Turtles at all in the whole place.
None.
Which is a travesty, in my opinion.
Very disappointed. But kind of a cool water park over in Henderson, which is adjacent to Vegas. And the slides, there was one clump of these really cool slides that had like the chutes where like it shoots you out into like a barrel basically.
Okay.
And you move around until you find the hole, and then you go back into the. So like it's got extras.
Okay.
We wanted to go on the slide. You have the option to go single rider, or double rider.
Okay.
Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
They make you weigh in before you get on the slide.
Ooh.
Yeah. So my friends, Misty and Allie, they go up first, and they weigh in. They're fine. They grab a double thing. I'm like, oh, it's cool. I'll just grab a single, thinking I'm fine. The only thing I can wager to guess is that I was wet, so I had to weigh more than I thought I did.
Oh, did they turn you around?
I got turned down in the worst way possible. I got on the thing. He's like, I said, am I too fat to ride? He goes, it was like that. Due to the manufacturer's requirements on this ride, we cannot let you ride this slide alone. Now, if you can find another rider, you are allowed to go up as a double rider. I'm like,
what is that?
It doubles the weight limit.
That keep you from flying out?
I don't know. It's 251 is the weight limit.
There's a whole lot of red flags I'm hearing in this statement.
Uh-huh.
A lot.
Yeah.
So let's unpackage this a little bit.
Okay.
Just to peel back some layers.
Sure.
Here. So what they're telling you, you are too fat to ride down the slide by yourself because you're too heavy.
Right.
But if we put another person with you, you can ride down the same slide and it's not a problem.
It makes no sense whatsoever.
If you're too light.
There's another one where there's a dual slide, and one you can go down. You have to only be 3 people. There's another one you can go down as like a family of 4 as long as you fall into the weight limit. I think as a family it's like 916 pounds or something like that. So if you and your family weigh less than 916 pounds, you can ride on one of these.
And here's my other red flag. Any single ride that you're desiring to get on,
right,
and wanting to know your weight as a possibility of you getting on said ride should tell me right away that ride is not safe enough for me.
Well, it's
even if it's a water slide, I'm thinking, all right, I'm 210, 205, depending on how fat I am at that particular moment.
Sure.
If someone's telling me that, you know what, if you're 210, you're okay, but if you're 250, you're not, I'm like, you know what? That's not a big enough margin of error for me. They don't ask me when I get on the big roller coaster how fat I am.
Right.
Because that thing's built like a cement truck to give
as long as
something that's going to whip me around equally as fast, but I got to worry about the weight.
Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of
a lot of red flags.
It doesn't make a lot of logical sense to me. The only thing I think is this is all coming from their insurance company.
Yeah.
Basically, if they want to keep the slides, insurance low or whatever, these are the requirements.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same mindset of Olive Garden doesn't salt the water that they cook their pasta in because they're trying to keep their pots nice for longer to maintain their warranty. So it's basically the same idea.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't want me to damage their slide.
I understand
with my
that.
Fat keister.
But if they forget to put salt in the pot, that ain't going to potentially kill me.
And I don't know if it might have something to do with like resistance, because like if I'm one single person that weighs a certain amount of weight, it might cause me to actually fly off the side. I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
If there's that little margin of error where you could, if you're 20 pounds this way or that, you could fly off a thing, maybe we should rethink that. Just saying.
I sat while I waited for them to go on the ride, because they got to go and it was a great time. They enjoyed their ride intensely. But I sat and watched much larger dudes than myself walking by. And under my breath was like, well, I bet you get to ride the stupid rides.
Yeah, that sounds like you.
One big guy walking around with a little kid. And I'm like, well, now you got the little kid just for balance. So you can be a double rider, and you weigh 300 pounds, but he weighs 50, so you're fine.
You should have gone Karen in there.
I have to speak to your manager.
I want to speak to your manager.
No, I felt it was better to let the 18-year-old kid shame me. It was fine.
Mike and I got fat shamed one time at Six Flags.
We did?
I'll never forget that.
Really?
I forgot. Did we? How'd we get fat shamed? I forget.
Remember the parachute ride?
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't want to ride that thing anyway. So.
See, and that's the thing. I thought about that. If I go up to like the top of the strat, they're like, no, can't ride this one, sir.
Yeah. What happened, and I was actually 50 pounds heavier than I am now. And so that was about that weight when we were there. And we get in line to go to the parachute ride that would take us up, you know. And we chose the sit-down one, I believe.
Did we? I don't remember.
Yeah, so we get in there, and then it starts to go up, and then it stops and goes back down. Says, I'm sorry, you're going to have to get off.
I must have blocked that on my brain.
I looked at square in the eye and said, I waited in line. I'm here now. Take me up.
Someone's swinging me around something.
They said, though, that we could go to the one that you stand up in. We
you go to the fat one.
Oh.
All right, it is 8:54. I got to play 4 more minutes of ads before the hour's out. So quick commercial break. We'll be back. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters. We're going to stuff our face some more so we get on bigger rides. We'll be back.
Yeah.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bernie Bennett. Amazon announces a new deal.
Amazon has announced that it will acquire the primary care organization One Medical in a deal valued at roughly $3.9 billion. Amazon will purchase the care provider for $18 per share in an all-cash transaction. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
The European Central Bank raised interest rates Thursday for the first time in 11 years by a larger than expected amount, joining steps already taken by the U.S. Federal Reserve and other major central banks to target stubbornly high inflation. The number of Americans applying for unemployment benefits last week rose to its highest level in more than 8 months, a sign the labor market may be showing some weakness. Applications for jobless aid for the week ending July 16th rose to 251,000, up from the previous week's 244,000. Stocks on Wall Street closed higher Thursday, building on their winning week as investors sifted through a deluge of news about the economy and corporate profits. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bernie Bennett in Washington.
One of the best things about summertime in New Mexico is all the great places to go and neat things to do. Camping in the mountains, swimming at the lake, exploring the caverns, and so much more. And what makes all this fun and adventure possible is a dependable car or truck that fits your family and hauls your toys. That's just what you'll find at Roswell Ford. Here at the Tailgate Nation, we have the best selection of nearly new cars, trucks, and SUVs in southeastern New Mexico. They've all survived a rigorous 139-point inspection, and Roswell Ford gives you a 3-day money-back guarantee to make sure you're happy. You know Roswell Ford is always looking for gently used cars and trucks. If you have one you want to sell, we'll make you a cash offer on the spot and give you a week to think about it. This summer isn't going to last forever, so make the most of it with an upgraded ride from your friends at the Tailgate Nation. Roswell Ford at the corner of 9th and Main, the official sponsor of Summer Fun.
We teach our kids to say please and thank you to total strangers. But we get so familiar in our marriages and families, we stop being polite to each other. Hi, this is Pastor Troy and my wife, Miss Julie Smotherman, for The Joy of Marriage.
In the love chapter of 1 Corinthians 13, it says that love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. We emphasize being polite to each other in our family, which promotes an attitude of respect and brings peace in our home. Remember your manners with the person you love the most. Appreciate the things they do for you and let them know.
Being polite to each other can help you avoid conflict. Let's be polite to strangers, but let's not give our best to the people we don't live with. Let's give our best to each other.
If you have any questions or would like further information about the Joy of Marriage Ministry, please go to jomconference.com.
Roswell Skin Center, a brand new state-of-the-art facility located in the 400 Penn Plaza building here in Roswell, is now accepting new patients. Dr. Brandon Cometti and his team offer a full range of skin care services, including general dermatology, surgical and cosmetic procedures, including cutting-edge laser rejuvenation, Botox, filler, laser hair removal, chemical peels, and other non-invasive options to improve skin health and turn back the hands of time. Call and schedule your appointment at Roswell Skin Center today. 208-2509. That's 208-2509.
Attention Roswell and surrounding areas. Roswell Nissan announces a special vehicle liquidation event. Newly arriving inventory and an overstock on pre-owned vehicles means Roswell Nissan's got to make room. With huge savings on Frontier, Yukon, Ram, and more. Even some 2021s and 22s. And rock bottom back-to-school savings on Lexus, Chevy, Jeep, and even an Audi A5. If you've been putting it off, now's the time to trade up and save. The vehicle liquidation event on now at Roswell Nissan, 2111 West 2nd.
If you suffer from pogonophobia, you would not want to attend a party with the following people: Kenny Rogers, Santa Claus, Willie Nelson, the cast of Duck Dynasty, and 2/3 of ZZ Top. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is closing in on 9 o'clock. Stay tuned next hour. We're going to have the folks from Healthy Kids Chaves County join us about 9:15 or so. And then Town Hall News is up next, and we'll be back on the other side. That's not a threat, but that's just
a promise.
Yeah, it's a promise.
More of this.
And more of this after this. We'll be back. Don't go away.
Talk radio has landed on the all-new 106.5 FM KEND Roswell.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Turned out to be anything but a routine stump speech for Republican Congressman Lee Zeldin running for governor in New York. Zeldin escaping serious injury when a man tried to stab him on stage at a campaign event near Rochester, New York.
Zeldin, who's the GOP candidate for New York governor, says he's okay. The Zeldin campaign says the attacker climbed onto a low stage at an event and apparently tried to stab Zeldin as he was speaking. A video posted on Twitter shows Zeldin and the attacker falling to the ground as other people try to intervene. GOP Chair Nick Langworthy says Zeldin had a scrape. I'm Donna Porter.
2 on-duty Rochester, New York police officers shot last night. One of the officers died, the other's in the hospital and is expected to pull through.
They're on the front line trying to keep our community safe. And we ask for prayers for these officers, their family, the Rochester Police Department, and the entire city of Rochester.
And that's Mayor Malik Evans. The deceased officer, Anthony Mazurkowitz, 29-year veteran of the force. The hunt now on for a suspect or suspects. Day after his COVID diagnosis, President Biden said to be doing fine.
According to White House COVID coordinator Dr. Ashish Jha, the president was doing just fine as of 10 p.m. Thursday night. He told CNN that Mr. Biden's symptoms, runny nose and occasional dry cough, were basically the same. The president is isolating in the White House residence, where his Friday schedule has him participating in 3 virtual meetings. Greg Clugston, Washington.
Case of polio confirmed in Rockland County, New York, just outside New York City. First case in the U.S. in close to a decade. Watching Wall Street, stocks are mixed. Right now, the Dow is up 65 points, while the NASDAQ is down 80 points, and the S&P 4 points in the red. More on these stories at townhall.com.
If you were lied to when buying a timeshare and want out, you need my help. Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started the timeshare cancellation industry by exposing the ugly truth about timeshare and giving folks the straight facts. I've been fighting the timeshare giants ever since, so no one knows this industry better than me and my team. Today, we have 383 employees and have saved our clients an average of $65,000 in lifetime payments. Imagine putting those timeshare dollars back in your pocket. If you were told at a timeshare presentation that this was available today and today only, that timeshare was a great investment or your maintenance fees will never go up, call my office now. I guarantee if we take you as a client, we will cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free information kit. 800-881-4242. 800-881-4242. 800-881-4242.
An agreement for Ukrainian grain exports soon to be finalized in Istanbul, reports correspondent Charles de Ledesma.
UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres and Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan will oversee the signing of a deal allowing Ukraine to resume its grain shipments through the Black Sea and Russia to export grain and fertilizers. The agreement would end a dangerous standoff that threatened world food security. The deal foresees the establishment of a control center in Istanbul to run the exports. Ships would be inspected to ensure that they're carrying grains and fertilizers and not weapons. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
Italy headed for an early election now that its president has accepted Premier Mario Draghi's resignation. The Italian president deciding there's no possibility for cobbling together another coalition government. News and analysis, townhall.com. The mystery remains unsolved.
The FBI says it found no evidence of missing Teamsters boss Jimmy Hoffa during a search of land under a New Jersey bridge. Hoffa has been missing since 1975 when he was last seen in suburban Detroit. The decades-long mystery turned last year to land next to a former landfill under the Pulaski Skyway in Jersey City. The FBI conducted a search there in early June. Spokeswoman Mara Schneider says nothing of evidentiary value was discovered. Keith Peters reporting.
The Democrat-dominated House panel investigating the U.S. Capitol riot has concluded its summer schedule of hearings, devoid of any cross-examination of witnesses or challenges to the evidence presented. Panel members claim there is more evidence to be presented. They say that will happen when the hearings resume in a couple of months. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The demolition, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Tres Inviernos.
Of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Friday. Welcome to it. Hope you're having a delightful day so far. Big thank you to the fine folks at McDonald's, as they do each and every single Friday here on the morning show. Provide us with delicious breakfast treats. We get sandwiches and hash browns and beverages and all kind of great stuff from them every Friday morning. So big thank you to them for supporting the show. If you're hungry, they got you covered. Visit any of your McDonald's, download the app, take advantage of the deals they've got exclusively on that app, especially with their Camp McDonald's promotion they got going on through the app right now. They got not only food deals, but like product line deals and everything else, from like products you use at home, you know, home goods, things like that. So you might go on the app looking for a sandwich and end up with some cologne or something, or a deal for stuff like that right now.
Line.
Yeah, during the Camp Mcdonald's stint that's going on through the end of July.
Mm-hmm.
So every day they got a different deal. And
today,
different...
buy a combo, get a Happy Meal free.
There you go. So one for you, one for the child there. So,
or just, if you're super into toys.
Yeah, or eat it all yourself.
Yeah.
Wouldn't recommend that, but especially since we're about to talk to Healthy Kids Janice County. Not eat the entire meal
and Go-Gurt.
And the Happy Meal.
Then you're getting a full meal. You're getting your serving of fruit. You're getting a serving of dairy.
It's true.
Well, you're balancing things out.
True that.
Mm-hmm.
I need more beverage. Well, thank you to McDonald's for supporting our show each and every Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Don't delay. Get that app and check it out today. So, we're going to have Healthy Kids Chaves County join us here in just a bit. Get an update from them. Of course, they've partnered with NMUR, and they've got they're with Perry Tolles, and they're doing the big Splash and Dash event that's happening next Saturday out at NMUR. They do have another training event tomorrow with Perry. I believe it beginning at 10 a.m. out at the pool there.
Nice.
So if you want kids to learning to swim or train for the running and some of that stuff, he's doing all that with them tomorrow. And then they're actually having the Splash and Dash event next Saturday. But Healthy Kids Chaves County, we're going to talk about that and other things they've got going on as we get ready for school and all that good stuff too. So that's what's on tap for this hour of the show.
It's funny. Most lifeguards say don't run by the pool, but next weekend we're encouraging kids to run after they get out of the pool.
Yeah,
it's like you're gonna get all wet and then just run, but gingerly at first. You're gonna want to do that thing where you have to be mindful of your steps first until your feet kind of get used to the terrain, and then you can start running.
Yeah.
Yep.
Speaking of lifeguards and everything, like I said yesterday, I started watching the season 3 of Stranger Things. And, of course, that first episode of season 3, what's his name's brother?
Billy. Max's brother is Billy.
Yeah, Billy. Billy's a lifeguard at the local pool there, and he's like the sexy heartthrob, and all the moms are like oogling over him and everything, which is funny. But he does something that I'm like, of course, that would have worked in 1985 or 86, whenever this is supposed to be.
Right.
It would have never worked in today's world, because there's a spot where he walks out of the lifeguard thing, and of course all the women are like, "Hi, Billy," and woo, and all of a sudden he stops and blows the whistle mega hard, and he goes, "Stop running, Lord!" Beep.
Yeah,
and and nobody says nothing,
right?
Or they just like, "Oh, kid was running."
Yeah.
But if he would have done that, if a lifeguard at a pool in 2022 stopped and blew the whistle and yelled out, "Stop running, Lord," but but didn't say but.
Well, no, that's the thing, though, is you can still do that. You just have to be a little nicer about it. Like one of my friends is a lifeguard.
You can tell him stop running.
One of my friends is a lifeguard, and she says the best part about her job is that she gets paid to be mean to people all day. Just scream at people, blow her whistle at their face, stop running. Like as she gets out, it's therapy for her. She gets out aggression on the stand.
She might want to see a psychiatrist. Right? I'm just saying.
Well, she's seeing one. This is what her therapist says: is get it out.
Go yell at people at the pool.
Yeah. They have to know.
Are they just letting anybody be psychiatrists now? It's like, yeah, go ahead and yell at people at the pool. That'll be good for you.
It's all about mental health,
we were talking about lifeguard and everything, and it just reminded me of that scene. And I was like, yeah, that would go over like a fart in an elevator in today's world.
How deep are you now?
4 episodes.
Oh, so you didn't do any more last night.
Yeah, I didn't do any more last night. I'm 4 episodes into season 3.
That seems to be a good way to do it, is take it out in 2-hour chunks. Yeah. You need a break between like the episodes, because they get, especially in this most recent season, I don't like horror movies in general. I just don't like them.
Gotcha.
I like Stephen King movies from the 80s, the psychological horror movies, the ones that made you...
Those are more thrillers than horror.
That scared your brain. Yeah, I love those, but I hate gory horror movies. This season of Stranger Things is borderline that.
Oh, is it?
Where I'm sitting here, I'm like, it makes me physically uncomfortable to watch in a lot of scenes. So you do kind of have to take a break between episodes.
All right. Well, thank you for giving me the heads up there.
Yeah.
Because, after a while, I don't do blood. Like, I don't mind watching fake stuff. I mean, I don't mind. It's not my thing, but it doesn't bother me. But real bleeding and people, I pass out.
The Duffer Brothers, the guys who created the series, are really good at the all is lost moment. Like getting you to that. They've done it several times in this series. We're like, there is no way that everybody's getting out of this. And somehow it happens. Somehow they make it work. But it's just, it looks like all hope is lost.
Unless you're Sean Astin.
Yeah, unless
you don't get out.
No. Spoiler alert.
Well, that's season 2. If you don't know by now. You're not going to know because you don't care. All right, it is 12 minutes after 9 o'clock. Let's go ahead and take a gander at that weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have just enough moist air for an isolated afternoon shower or thunderstorm today. Otherwise, we get sunshine and heat. Our afternoon high topping out at about 100. Clear for the overnight hours and low 70s, and then we'll have a dry weekend coming up. Sunny and hot again on Saturday. We'll be in the low 100s, and then right around 100 again on Sunday, and lots of sun. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. And currently, I forgot to bring up my weather. My apologies. Currently, I didn't even refresh it. Man, I am slacking. 86 here in Roswell. Humidity's at 42% with winds out of the south at 12 miles per hour. 20% chance of rain for today, mainly after 3 this afternoon. Mostly sunny otherwise. Highs near 100 expected with southeast winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. 20% chance of some showers before midnight tonight as well. Mostly cloudy, then gradually clearing with an overnight low of 73. Winds will be out of the south, 5 to 15 miles per hour. For the weekend on Saturday, mostly sunny, high of 99. South winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Clear skies tomorrow night with an overnight low of 73. South winds 5 to 10. Sunny on Sunday with a high of 99. Winds out of the southeast 5 to 10 miles per hour. 74 and partly cloudy overnight Sunday. And then Monday when you head back to work, 20% chance of showers for the afternoon, mostly sunny. Highs, once again, right around 99, and good hunk of next week looks just like that. 20% Tuesday with a high of 99, 20% Wednesday with a high of 99, and 30% Thursday with a high of 96. So pretty consistent for the next couple days here weather-wise. All right, it is 14 minutes after 9 o'clock. We're going to take a 4-minute commercial break, and then we'll have the folks from Healthy Kids Chavez County join us here on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
It's an old story. You go on vacation, you relax, you have a good time, and then you come home to a world of disarray. Your mail is backed up. You have 100 messages on your voicemail. Your lawn is 3 feet tall, and your pool has developed a nasty algae problem. Well, the good people at BioGuard can't solve all your problems, but they can help you with your pool. So before you go on vacation, stop at Mays Lumber at 115 South Virginia in Roswell and ask about their special vacation plan. BioGuard has a wide variety of products that will find algae and take care of your pool. So when you come home from your vacation, you can depend on your pool to relieve your stress and not add to it. Because BioGuard guards more than your pool. They guard your time, your vacation, and your peace of mind. BioGuard at Mays Lumber, 115 South Virginia in Roswell.
We cut to order, special order, products sold and new. You can count on Mays Lumber Company.
Have you ever been told that you just weren't good enough at something or you didn't measure up? Did you know that Walt Disney was told that he lacked imagination and had no good ideas, and therefore wasn't hired as a cartoonist? Albert Einstein didn't learn to talk until he was 4, and he didn't learn to read till he was 7. And then he was expelled from school and couldn't get into Zurich Polytechnic School. He turned out all right. Franklin Roosevelt began his career in public service after flunking out of Columbia Law School. Abraham Lincoln was appointed postmaster in his township and had the worst efficiency record in the country. What do all these individuals have in common? The fact that they persevered and refused to give up. We must all learn to overcome obstacles, difficulties, and trials to experience our victory in Christ. Galatians 6 verse 9 says, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." God has so much in store for us. May we learn from our struggles and continue to press onward to meet the goals God has laid out.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday. Located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Yup, it's back to school season, and Roswell Honda wants to get you geared up with the 5th annual Back to School Blowout. Stop by Roswell Honda now through July 29th and register your kids to get a backpack chock full of supplies absolutely free. Then on July 30th, join Roswell Honda for the Back to School Bash with lots of free food and fun stuff for the whole family. And that's not all. While you're there, register to win a brand new desk, office chair, and HP laptop. Register now for the Back to School Blowout, July 30th, 10 to 1 at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd. There's a whole universe out there. Come explore at the International UFO Museum and Research Center, featuring engaging exhibits, astounding sights, and in-depth first-hand accounts of the incident that put Roswell on the map. The research library features the most comprehensive collection of UFO research materials in the world, and you can get exclusive one-of-a-kind gifts and merchandise at the gift shop or online at RoswellUFOmuseum.com. Open daily from 9 to 5 in downtown Roswell. Visit the International UFO Museum and Research Center. It's otherworldly.
How do you make the most of your land? Shaw does it behind the wheel of a John Deere 1025R compact tractor, as he does everything to make
my yard look as beautiful as I possibly can.
But the Hubbards use their 1025R because
we really are trying to create this homestead.
There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. How will you make the most of yours? Nothing runs like a Deere.
Stop by Pecos Valley Equipment in Artesia and Roswell, or visit us online at pecosvalleyequipment.com.
ENMU Roswell and Healthy Kids Chavez County have joined forces for the first ever Super Kids Splash and Dash, Saturday, July 30th at the ENMUR Pool. A combo swim and run competition with 3 different age divisions, the 10 and unders, 11 to 15s, and the once was 16 and up, with prizes for the top 5 girls and boys in each division. Entry fee is $15 for adults and $5 for kids, with proceeds to benefit Harvest Ministries. Google Roswell Kids Super Splash to sign up, or call Perry at 575-626-3190. The Super Kids Splash and Dash, Saturday, July 30th at the ENMUR Pool.
Mulan has the highest kill count of any Disney character. When asked for comment, Buzz Lightyear responded, "To infinity and beyond." Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 19 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning, of course, Paula Camp back with us with Healthy Kids Chavez County. And then also joining us in studio this morning, your food service, I guess be food service director. Is that the official titles here for both Dexter and Roswell? Kim Meeks with Roswell and Shelley Montgomery with the Dexter Schools. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
How are you all doing today?
Very good. It's not hot yet.
Not hot yet. Well, and now we're kind of we settled in. There's like that little 20% chance of rain, 99 every day. That's kind of where we're at for right now. So.
Right.
But I imagine you ladies are getting busy here, gearing up for back to school here. I don't know. Do you guys have any kind of break during the summer, or is it pretty much all work planning for the next year kind of thing?
Right. Year round. With summer lunch going on, we started planning next year already before school was out last year. So we just continue on getting menus ready and all that kind of stuff. So never ends.
Probably little less cooking. I mean, you cook for the summer stuff and all that, but that's probably not the volumes it would be during the school year. So
right.
Maybe a little less hotter in the kitchens.
More sack lunches.
There you go. It's like a lot of fruit, a lot of cold things.
Right.
But I guess before we talk school stuff, do you want to talk with the events next week, or where do you want to?
Oh, sure. I'm glad to. Healthy Kids Chavez County, along with Eastern New Mexico University Roswell campus, we're sponsoring a Splash and Dash.
Yes.
Which is July 29th.
Next Saturday.
Yes, a week from tomorrow. The kids will have a swim, and then they will have a run.
Yeah, and it's by age group.
It is by age group. We have 10 and under, 11 to 14, and 15 and older, and then an adult run. And they'll be starting.
The once wasers, I believe, is the official term there.
Yeah, once was with W's. Yeah, that's where I would fall.
Yeah.
So we're going to start at 8 a.m. with the 10 and under, and then it'll be every 30 minutes. After that, at 9, we'll do the 15 and older and the once was.
Yeah, and it's on age group, and they're not doing full marathons and things like the younger ones. They'll do a short swim and a run.
Right.
As they get a little older, they do like a run, swim, run, and I think the adult version's a run, swim, but they're not full marathons.
No.
It's just the training and kind of introducing them to the sport, basically.
Right, and Perry Tolles is organizing this.
There's a biathlon and what's the other one? Pentathlon. I think the other one. He does. Yeah.
And the 10 and under is a 25-yard swim and a 500-meter run. The 11 to 14 is 50-yard swim and a 1K run. And the 15 and older is a 1K run and a 50-yard swim and then a 500-meter run. So they do 3 different things, as does the once was.
And the cost is very, I think it's like $5 or
it's
something.
$5 for the under up to 15 and older, and then the once was is $15.
Yeah.
Everybody gets a T-shirt.
Yeah.
And they will give awards up through 5 places.
Nice.
Yes. So we'll be out there welcoming people, and there's a link. You can go on our Facebook, on Healthy Kids Chaves County Facebook, and we have a link where you can sign up if you haven't already.
Yeah.
We'd love to have as many kids out there and adults as we possibly can.
Absolutely. You can also, if you have questions, want more information, you can contact Kim over at the NMUR pool there, 575-624-7305. She can answer questions for you. Also, if you have some free time tomorrow, Perry's going to be doing like lessons for this beginning at 10. They do their open swim, or not open swim, the lap swimming is open from 10 to 11 every day out there, and then they open for open swim at the pool there right after. But last Saturday and this Saturday at 10 a.m., he's doing like a little swimming training. So if you want to swimming lessons to the triathlon training, that transition from swimming to running, and he's helping kids train for that stuff. So I believe it's free too. So if you want, come on out this Saturday, tomorrow, at 10 a.m. out to the NMUR pool there.
And it's the outdoor pool.
Yeah, the outdoor pool.
The outdoor pool.
And Perry will sit there and work with the kids there for an hour or two tomorrow.
Exactly.
And then, of course, come on out next Saturday for the Splash and Dash.
Yes,
event.
we're excited about it.
Yeah, but it's a lot of fun. And like I said, go to the Healthy Kids Chaves County Facebook page to find a link to register. And if you want to talk to someone live and ask more specific questions, reach out to Kim over at the NMUR pool. Again, that's 575-624-7305. So
thank you.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. And go back and check out our interview we had with Perry Tolles, because I kind of talked with him a little bit about like training for these things and kind of the work that he's put in over the years doing this stuff. And so if you kind of want to learn a little bit more about Perry, check out our interview with him in our section there online and all that stuff. So. But you guys have got some stuff to announce too for the food side here. This is where, with kids going back to school here, there's some great news updates and things we want to kind of get put on families' radars here for all of Chaves County. Really, I know we have Roswell Dexter here, but you know this kind of applies for all of Chaves County here. Talk about some of the stuff some of the changes that's going on, and some of the things that the parents are going to like hearing here, I think.
Well, I think one of the things that Kim and I are here to announce, Dexter is completely CEP this year, and that's community eligibility provision.
Gotcha.
And what that means is that every student attending school will get free breakfast and free lunch the entire year.
That is great.
So parents don't have to worry about that this year.
So any child in the Dexter school system that wants breakfast or lunch, they walk in the cafeteria, here you go, here's your lunch or here's your breakfast.
And that's the same for Roswell.
And as Kim is saying here, that is also the case for the Roswell Independent School District. So every single school facility that serves meals and things here in the district will, kids walk in, free meals, breakfast, lunch during meal times this school year, which is, I imagine, going to be a godsend for a lot of parents here in our community. So
yes, it is.
Exactly. That's our aim. Excuse me. To help out the families, especially during what's been going on these past couple of years, and CEP certainly helps us to be able to feed as many kids as we possibly can.
And plus, it probably saves a lot of red tape for you guys, because I imagine to qualify before, the kids had to go through this process of applications and the parents really, but and now all that's gone. It's like you want a sandwich? Here's a sandwich. You know what I mean? And that's the way it should be.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
It has helped everybody, and it cuts our red tape. I mean, those applications were a nightmare.
Yeah.
Hours and hours processing through all that stuff.
When you guys could be really at work planning menus, getting food, there's so much more important work to be done rather than find out if someone qualifies to get a free sandwich or not. You know what I mean? It's like
let's just feed kids.
Right.
That's what
we're in America. We have food.
Exactly.
We're here to educate kids, and if they need food to do that, then let's get them to do that.
Exactly.
That's exactly what we do. And what I also love about that is now you know that your child's going to get 2 healthy meals every day. Because everything, obviously, you guys meticulously go through the menus and make sure that every meal is healthy while balancing at the same time stuff that kids actually want to eat. That's the other, because healthy food and food that kids want to eat aren't always in the same sentence.
Well, that's true.
That is so correct. Well, and they also have to adhere to federal regulations.
Sure.
They have pages and pages.
I would imagine it gets in the weeds.
People do not understand that are there that they have to follow.
Just like what sodium contents or this content, yeah, that
or
kind
how
of thing.
many
grams of this or whatever.
Dark green, how many light green, how many orange, how many red when it comes to vegetables.
Sure.
Yeah, and calorie minimums and calorie maximums.
Which I imagine is a nightmare for you guys, but at the end of the day, it really does ensure that you guys put out these healthy meals for these kids every single day. So, yeah, at the one part, you're like, man, it feels overkill on my measurings and everything here, but attention to detail ensures that a good product is going to our children every day.
That's exactly right. And, we take training all year long, learning all of these things and recipes and all of that stuff. And our staffs all take training as well so that they can make the freshest, most desirable food that we possibly can with those regulations.
I got a question for you guys, for you two particularly. Can you guys go home and cook just like one egg? Is that possible? Or do you have to cook like, sorry, I need to cook 30 before I know what I'm doing.
Exactly.
I was just curious. I was like, being a service worker, you're used to cooking for hundreds, thousands of people a day. And I just want an egg and toast. Is that easy? Or is that
get out the sheet pan, line up all the bread.
Every meal, it's like, it's just two of us eating. Why is there enough food for 50 people here?
Exactly.
Another thing to mention, not only do they have the federal regs that they have to follow, with COVID, they have had shortness of supplies.
Yeah.
Food chain supply.
Yeah, I imagine you guys had to get creative because
talk about that a little bit.
Yes, we've had some stuff. So when we order our commodities, we order commodity products the year before. So last February, we ordered for this school year.
Gotcha.
And so I can give you an example from my district. Is last year the students decided there was one thing that they didn't like. So I called the food broker, and it happened to be a pork product. And I said, is there anything I can do? The kids, are tired. We want to change that product. And they said, yes. Would you like some pork chops? And so I said, yes, I'll take pork chops. And so we got pork chops. The kids were fine with that. It was something a little different. And so
sometimes you stumble into something better. You know what I mean? There's
And so I decided, I would order pork chops for this year. And last month, even in June, the food broker called and she said, the way manufacturing is going right now, they're not going to make
enough pork chops. Lovely.
So I'm not getting the pork chops, and we had to pick from some other stuff. But that's probably more weekly for her than for me because she orders more food.
I would imagine because, like you said, the numbers you serve there, Dexter, you're
small.
You're able to be a little bit more flexible there. Where at Roswell, there's too many moving parts to really make that feasible here.
Correct.
But I would imagine at the same time too. Do you guys, and I imagine with Hagerman and everything else too? Do you guys work each other with food districts on not? But just looking for those kind of resources and things and being not necessarily sharing food with each other, but saying, hey, I'm having trouble getting X. Are you having any luck here doing it? Or do you all go to the same places? I don't even know if it's the...
Well, it is all the same places because, we're pretty limited, especially in this part of the state.
Sure.
But, it's the same food brokers. We all talk to the same food brokers. We all, the same delivery people and all that. So... we all get the same information, but of course, us food service directors work together.
Sure, and this is where some of the gap here could be fixed a little bit. And this is, I know the schools in the state are talking and working a lot of this stuff is doing more farm to table type stuff in our schools here, utilizing our local resources to get those into the schools, using our Graves Farm and our local farmers and producers here, probably dairy as well too, saying let's get their product in our schools and things because the supply chain's not nearly as an issue on some of this stuff. So we're in some ways we're seeing some good come out of this because I think that's going to be one of those where now we can't get our box of food from wherever we get it. Right now, we still got kids that got to eat. Oh, right. Graves Farms up the street. We can whip something up with this here, and that's kind of what you guys are turning to now on some to fill some of these gaps, right?
Well, exactly, and that's where New Mexico Grown comes in because the state has afforded us a little extra money that we can. It's the rule is you have to purchase New Mexico Grown.
Good.
So there's some options there. Dexter is almost exclusively from Graves Farms and Garden.
That's great.
And we really appreciate them. Kim can order more stuff because the farther away from your district that you order, the more cases they want to bring. So
because you order more food,
yes,
you can you have other resources that Dexter doesn't necessarily have because you don't need the kind of quantities that Roswell does. Gotcha.
Yes.
Makes sense.
And we're also hoping they're trying to get the beef, New Mexico grown beef, into this system also. So we're hoping that passes and they can give us a list of
So talk to your legislators, support New Mexico grown stuff. Tell them to send this because this is all for our kids. And to be honest, it's a win-win for everybody.
And to support our ranchers and farmers.
Exactly.
That's what it's all about.
It's helping them.
Yes.
It's helping our kids. And let's face it, I'm going to just take a guess. The local stuff's going to be a better quality than what you get shipped in from boxes from a truck somewhere. It's just...
Kim, how much money did RISD get for New Mexico grown?
$42,000 this year.
That's great.
So that money is to be spent on New Mexico grown fruits and vegetables only. So you buy from...
I buy from Graves, and then Nichols we get apples from in the fall, and then M.A. Sons chilies. And then El Charro, we get
great.
Some tortillas.
You don't realize a lot of people eat El Charro and don't even realize it. They make a lot of tortillas out of that place.
And Shelley, what about Dexter?
We mostly use Graves Farms. They're in our back door.
Sure.
I just call Buzz, and in fact, I've already called him this week, and we've set up our delivery date. And
how great is that?
He his staff faxes over what's available that particular week, and we make our order, and we're good to go. So.
And how much money did the legislature give Dexter?
Well, the first time around, they came back and gave us a little more. So the first time around, it was about $6,000. So they said, no, we have some more money. They give us a little more and boosted us up to $8,000.
That's great.
So
and
it's really good.
Hagerman received money also. They'll get around $6,000, I think.
I think so too.
Yes.
If you don't, and I know this might be making you dig into data and stuff, but just ballparking. When we talk the dollar amounts and things, like I'm trying to wrap my head around when you get $6,000, how far does that go for you? Is that a long? You know what I mean? It's because we talk money, but at the end of the day, I have no idea how much it costs to feed a school. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So in perspective, how much work can you do with that $6,000?
Well, for us, that's about right. Because that's about what we can spend in the growing season.
Got you. Okay.
So I would be worried if I went too much higher than that because growing season ends pretty quickly after school starts.
So you end up with stuff that you can't use.
Well, we would end up with money, which, if we had money left over, then our legislatures would think, they're not going to use the money. We're not going to give it to them anymore.
Gotcha.
So we're real careful in our planning that we plan and ask for enough that will cover
and overkill
what we can
basically,
get.
so you have reserves. But I guess maybe the question is and I know this varies in things, but to do a lunch at a given day in Dexter schools or RASD, what is there a number out there, a ballpark of what that would cost the district, or do we know that or does that require more digging and deep research?
I'm sure most days lunch will cost us close to $3.50. A meal, $4 a meal, and then some days it'll go a little
I'm just trying to kind of get an idea
kids?
of how far these dollars go and things
how
like
many
that.
kids do you feed a day, Kim?
We feed about 7,800.
So times $4
times
a
$4,
kid, yeah. So that kind of gives you
talking a lot of money.
So it's very expensive. I was just kind of curious to see, because like you said, it's great. But we need them to step up more this direction, I think, too. Yeah, 27,300. I got a bunch of room full of teachers. Yeah.
Right. And with the regulations, there's stuff. You have to take a fruit or a vegetable on that tray or it's not reimbursable.
Gotcha.
So we have to serve those things. And so that's where the cost comes in.
Gotcha. I was just kind of curious about that because I know we talk dollars. I'm like, but is that enough is what I mean.
Yeah, it's never enough.
Yeah.
And see, right now, we can't get canned fruit in.
Yeah.
It's
just supply and demand doesn't, it's not available.
Not available.
They might have the fruit, but they don't have the cans.
Oh my God.
So if you got your own container, you can get it.
Exactly.
I brought my own basket. Can I just throw it in there?
Exactly.
And now,
So save your cans. You might need them again to fill them back up with fruit.
the same with fruit juice, because now the rumor they're telling us is there's no glue to glue the boxes together.
Wow.
So
It is so weird, this world we live in
Yes.
right now, isn't it?
It is. And
just,
I really think it's important that people understand how hard these women work.
Oh, absolutely.
And what a fabulous job they do, considering, all of the things that they have to deal with. It's unbelievable on a daily basis.
I imagine they're making lemonade out of lemons every single day.
Every day.
Literally
Every
and
day.
figuratively here. But that's
we have great staff.
We sure do.
also.
We
couldn't do it without
Yeah.
our staff.
Yeah.
And they got to be dedicated, because
Yes.
we live in a
Yes.
world
Right.
where you can get a job anywhere you want to and things. So to have people that have been staying there, working there, that's a testament to the, it's a great place to work, but they love what they do and they love the people they serve and they love those that
It's all about the baby.
in charge too. I'm taking
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah. And and it's great that, and I know Paul is always full of compliments for us, but there's parts of our jobs that would be so much harder if it weren't for her and Becky.
That's
because
exactly right.
we want to get the money from the New Mexico Grown, but they tie other things with it.
Sure.
It's not, there's strings attached
Sure.
to that money.
There always is.
And so there's things that we have to do that sometimes we wouldn't maybe have time or the resources or
And healthy
the
kids
education piece.
can feel that.
And they are on it.
Yeah.
And they are
on it.
phenomenal.
Yes.
And really, and to be honest, that's kind of how it should be. In way, because
it is.
Because
we
at the
should
end of
all
the day,
work together.
well, and at the end of the day, you guys have enough on your plate making sure every child's fed in your school district. That's enough. That's all you need to do. That's you know what at the end of the day, that's enough for you to work on.
Right.
And so for them to say, okay, oh, by the way, when you're done doing that, you got to create an education program and a healthy physical activity thing to go with that.
Exactly.
And when you're done,
posters,
12 hours
and
a day
you've gotta
making all that food.
Yes,
Yeah.
you've got to have all kinds of
posters
things.
in every school.
So-
Yes,
And so-
thank you.
And so,
so-
the healthy kids can come in and take care
Yep.
of that side and
Right.
partner together. And at the same time, promote it, make it an event that someone other than two people would want to be a part of,
Well, yes, and the part of the reason for the New Mexico Grown is that the legislatures and the state and us as well want our kids to know that the food don't just come from Walmart.
Yeah.
Right,
And
it
gives them
doesn't,
a little taste of how
Sure.
you grow it
Farm
and
to
where
table,
it comes
that-
from
that-
and
Yes.
what you have to do to get it there. And so that's why we have all of these activities. Paula's made a little list of some of the things
that we
we're going to do.
Right. During our New Mexico Grown, we want to highlight New Mexico Grown produce. So we're going to do different activities in Roswell, Dexter, Hagerman, and Lake Arthur.
Okay.
Just for some examples, we'll do some tastings in the cafeteria by the salad bar in
Okay.
Roswell. At Shelley School, we're going to do like a watermelon eating contest.
Oh,
we're going to
cool.
have a corn shucking. And, it's different dynamics in those districts. In the smaller districts, you can do more, like with a watermelon
Sure.
eating contest.
Less
or something
numbers you
like
can do
that.
yeah.
But at least we will be in the schools in September promoting the New Mexico Grown produce in Roswell, and then we'll do some activities in Hagerman and Lake Arthur. We try to, Shelley's given out recipes, I know. In years past, we'll have coloring contests, poster contests, to try to help the kids understand what we're doing. And fortunately, in Roswell, we have school gardens in several of our schools.
Yeah.
And Pecos Elementary with Dr. Ryan. And we do, she always has carrots. They come back forever. If you plant carrots, they will come.
Throw some water on them once in a while. They're like
Yeah.
rabbits that eat them.
So we harvest them and take them to Kim, and we take them to Goddard, and they cook them, and then they serve them in the cafeteria
Awesome.
for the kids. And so we do that with beets also from there. And then at Nancy Lopez, Kim Cavan in the past, and Stephanie Rivetta is doing it this year. They've grown lots of different things and then cook it in their classroom.
That's great.
They've made pesto and just a lot of different things with whatever they grew in the garden. Salsa, and then had chips and salsa because they had jalapenos and tomatoes and onions. So
That's
we
great
promote
to
the
see
school
this.
gardens, and we're going to work on school gardens in Dexter. We have one, the FFA teacher in Hagerman helps with the garden at Hagerman, and then there's a community garden in Lake Arthur that has really gone
great.
well this year.
I hope people embrace this more and these programs grow more and more in schools, because I think like all these supply chain, all those things we were talking about, those problems, this can put a huge dent in those problems.
Yes.
Like down.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think if this catches on and embraces to where these turn into not just making some salads for the classroom, but actually being a food source supply to the cafeterias and the schools. How great! I mean, I don't know. I would love to see a future like when you go to a high school and every high school's got their track and field and football stadium and all these amenities. Why isn't one of those amenities a big greenhouse?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Why can't we put one of those on every campus and have a farm and garden program in there, or official class that's teaching this stuff? And
it may come to that, simply because of COVID, and we can't get food.
Yeah.
You know, so a greenhouse is a year-round option, you know, if you can have that.
I really hope that's a trend we go into. I hope they see that this need, and whether it's because we're forced to or whatever. I mean, it's usually because we're forced to, because that's how things change sometimes. But I hope people see the foresight and run with this more, where these New Mexico grown in these programs, instead of you getting 6,000, you're getting hundreds of thousands, and we've got a giant greenhouse that holds probably thousands of dollars in produce that maybe, if not all, at least a good hunk can support the school of which it's being grown in.
Yes. And fortunately, you know, we have Graves Farms, and then you mentioned Nichols. I'm sorry, they're at La Luz, I think, aren't they, or something? Anyway. And Jeff Nybert is working at Twin Rivers Farms, and he's growing that. And hopefully, eventually, he will be able to be another supplier of locally grown. So, you know, we are trying to branch out a little bit, but we're kind of, in this part of the country, we don't have that many farmers.
No,
Northern New Mexico really, they have an advantage because they have a longer growing season. Yeah. They have more farmers there.
They actually have seasons.
Sort of.
Unlike us, we got
more
hot,
than we do.
Hot, and not hot. That's our two seasons.
Well, you're absolutely right.
And the thing is with the New Mexico grown farmers is we don't just get to say, oh, so-and-so down the road has, you know, started a farm, and so we're just going to buy some of our stuff there. And that's not how it works. The farmers all have to go through a whole process and get on a list, and then the list is sent to us because they have to go through all these food safety.
I would say you all go through red tape. You should see their red tape. You think ours is bad.
And we add to their red tape if they want to sell to us.
Yeah,
right.
So they have hoops they have to jump through to.
Sure, so which is why you see less farmers, because both of them are probably washing their hands of this, and so I can make a living with much less headache. And it's going to be a problem. It's already a problem. We live in a world where more people are coming on it and less people making the food to feed everybody.
Right.
It doesn't take a math wizard to figure out there's going to be a food problem here.
Exactly.
We got to get creative. So.
And I'm just thrilled with the New Mexico beef, because I think it's so important that we not only support our farmers, but we need to support our ranchers.
Absolutely.
That's livelihood in New Mexico.
Absolutely.
You know, we need to support them.
Generations and generations of livelihood in New Mexico.
So it's very encouraging that we're trying to get that going as well.
It's once you kind of see the cycle and see how life works in these areas, it's an amazing thing. And then COVID's kind of really thrown a wrench in all that. So we've had to get a little creative on how to do this stuff. But I think, you know, if we call the blessing in disguise here is it's putting on people's radar a need that really is an underlying need that hasn't been on the radar till something like COVID exposes it more. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, I think COVID's exposing the bigger problems here. Yeah, we're dealing with these supply chain issues and things, but at the end of the day, it's really bringing to forefront the bigger issue is how do we get all this food to people that need it in a healthy way and everything else? And we've got to keep advancing and understanding that and evolving to different ways. And I got to be honest, I think it's going to go into that direction of where it's all little bubbles, self-sufficient little bubbles of each school can support or at least cover a big enough where it's not such a big kill to try to get things from outside of the area where they can, you know, offshoot. I know we're a long way off from that, but I think who knows? Maybe our kids will be running the show, and their schools will have greenhouses, and who knows? Maybe even a little farm or a little ranch off the side with some pigs, and who knows? I mean,
who knows?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, who knows how this goes? But I think, and it's also good for the education side because, like you said earlier, we need to let the kids know that milk doesn't come from the grocery store. It comes from a cow with a farm and the ranch and the dairy and all that.
And, we have FFA in our high schools, which is fabulous because the FFA in Hagerman, Dexter, and in past in Roswell has been so supportive of healthy kids and the programs we do and going in the schools and teaching them about nutrition and teaching them about, rethink your drink and all these different things, as well as Chaves County Extension Office. Tamara Schubert and Amy Steen are excellent to go in the schools, do tastings with the lower grades. The schools that are willing to have them, they will go.
Yeah, they do a great job over the Extension Office, and we have them on every month, too. And by the way, next week's Chaves County and Eddy County fairs. So
yes, it is.
So if you need to talk to them next week, you might want to just head out to the fairgrounds.
Head out to the fair.
It's all hands on deck.
I'm judging today.
Are you?
Yes.
What are you judging?
Food.
What do you get? Oh, I've done that. Have you not eaten or anything today?
I haven't, so we're good to go.
Have you done this before?
I did at the Eastern New Mexico State Fair.
It's fun. But yeah, because I got asked years ago when I was doing the morning show in Artesia to judge their cookies and cakes and stuff for the Eddy County Fair, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm in. Oh, pull my arm here. You need any delicious foods? Yeah, okay, rough. I'll sacrifice.
But it's a lot.
Oh my God, I got in there, and the first round, and there's like bread or something like these are good, and I start eating them all.
You got to taste.
Big mistake. Big mistake. After several rounds of that, and you're like, all right. Now we're like, now we're up to the cookies. I'm like, oh my goodness, no more cookies. And after a while, you're just like,
and take little
that's
bites.
good. Because you're eating so much food, it's tasty. But after a while, you're like, there is a thing as too much of a good thing, and unfortunately, judges hit that wall sometimes in some of these.
I'm looking forward to it, though. It's fun to work with the kids, and definitely go out and support. I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah, support the fair, support these kids out there next week.
They work so hard on their animals, on their food, on so many things. You need to go out and see what they do.
Yeah, absolutely, and support these kids. Come out to the livestock shows and
absolutely,
because that's even if you don't know a thing about farm and ranch, I'm one of those people. I grew up in Maryland, D.C. I'm a city boy. A cow is like, ooh, that's all them out in the field. Touch when I got poop on it, I'm done. But anyway, that's me. But I go out there and I'll watch these kids, and there's some kids that are. If they're 3 foot tall, it's because they're on their tippy toes.
Yep.
And they're wrangling and just handling this 800-pound heifer. And they do it with authority, and it's cool to watch. It's just cool to see these. And I'm not going to lie, pig wrangling is I don't know why there's not 50 YouTube TikTok videos of pig wrangling because I don't care how good of it you are, it's still a goofy show because it's literally 20 kids with boards running around trying to make pigs go in the same direction, and none of them are going in that direction. It's just funny to watch.
And all the teachers out there are saying, I know exactly how they feel.
That sounds like class next week.
Right.
So go out to the fair here, and of course, next Saturday night, I believe, is their big junior livestock auction out there.
That's interesting.
That's the big crescendo where these kids get rewarded for all their hard work.
Yes.
Because depending on the age of the child, if they're older, that's college money. If they're a little younger, that's money for their next year's project. So and I'm not going to lie, they get ridiculous with some of those bid numbers out there, but it's all for the kids.
Yeah.
So get out there and bid early, bid often, and I know they can combine up. So because most of us don't have $30,000 to just drop on a pig.
Not usually.
Or a chicken.
But you might have 30 friends that can chip in $1,000 to buy a pig. You know what I mean?
There you go.
So that's kind of how they do it. But get out there and support the fair. And then, of course, get out next Saturday to the Splash and Dash, too. Bring the family out, bring the kids out for that. If anybody has any questions about anything we talked about in either the RISD or the Dexter about the food stuff, or if they have any questions about anything here, what's the best place to steer them right now? Just to the
student nutrition department.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. At the respective Dexter and RISD here. Yeah. So are there people in the offices regular now, or are they? I know during the summer it gets a little skeletal in some of these buildings.
Yeah, no, we're back and ready to go.
We're there.
Since school starts.
Well, I know my wife's been
really
in class
quick.
already, setting up classrooms and everything else. She's there too. So,
yeah.
Is there any information we missed or skipped or didn't get a chance to talk about?
I don't think so. I think
we covered what we
Good
needed.
deal.
Yeah. Thank you.
Anytime. Thank you guys for coming in. Thank you guys for keeping our kids fed and doing amazing work each and every school year with these kids. And just the reason you see all these great programs and things in Roswell and in Dexter, it's because of these two women and their staff.
Correct.
And everybody that makes that happen. So thank you very much for doing all of that, because like you said, I'm sure because I'm sure you see the thing where you get the parents with the hair on fire. Oh my goodness, what am I going to do? And then you go, calm down, I got you covered. There you go. I'm sure you guys get that a lot, where you got Mama Bear who's frazzled because her kid, and you, all right, we're going to take care of the kid. Just relax. Fix your hair, we'll be all right.
This year, everybody's taken care of. Yeah.
Good deal.
Yep.
Well, thank you, ladies. We'll see you next time here.
Thank you.
Well, maybe we will. I know now the school's starting. You might not be able to let out of the buildings anymore enough until.
But I'll be back.
She'll be back. Thank you, guys. All right, it is 9:53. Quick news update and quick break before we go. Don't go away.
Now for a Pecos Valley news update. I'm Jared Sorello. Thanks for joining us today. Our top story, did you feel that? Yeah, lots of people did. An earthquake was felt in Carlsbad and across the region Thursday morning. The U.S. Geological Survey said the region has actually seen an uptick in seismic activity. Researchers are tying it to growing oil and gas operations throughout the Permian Basin. A magnitude 4.7 quake was reported just after 7:30 Thursday morning, about 35 miles south of Whites City. It was followed by a 3.0 shaker just before 9 in the morning. Roswell Police and Fire inviting everyone to join them for National Night Out on Tuesday, August 2nd at the Roswell Convention Center parking lot. The event from 5 to 8 p.m. And McGruff the Crime Dog will also make an appearance. There will be a Jolly Jump and carnival games for the kids with lots more free activities. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello reporting.
Your morning espresso starts right here. It's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
You know, the saddest thing is I know people that have been vaccinated, that have been boosted, that have had COVID not once, not twice. Now I know numerous people that have had it 3 times. 3 times they've gotten this thing. And there's no amount of vaccination boosters that are working in any capacity to prevent people from getting it, which was the argument in the beginning. This is a disease of the unvaccinated. No, it's not, because you can be fully vaccinated, fully boosted, and still get, and even have natural immunity and still get infected again. So, you know, at some point here, everybody needs to just hear what the absolute truth is, and that's been something in short supply. Even Fauci himself had a rebound case.
The Sean Hannity Show from coast to coast later today.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
A comedian once said, "No one can tell me anything, not even myself."
Hi, this is Pastor Troy and Julie Smotherman for The Joy of Marriage.
You know, most people stop listening and start forming an answer or response when someone's talking to them within 7 seconds, so they miss most of the information.
John 10:27 says, "My sheep listen to my voice. I know them, and they follow me."
You know, when Julie and I were preparing for this, she looked right at me after I spoke for a while and said, "What?" I guess we all have work to do in listening. But you know what? Just like learning to know God takes time and focus and to know His voice, it's going to take time and focus to really get to know our spouse and to really start enjoying and loving marriage.
If you have any questions or would like further information about the Joy of Marriage Ministry, please go to jomconference.com.
Attention Roswell and surrounding areas. Roswell Nissan announces a special vehicle liquidation event. Newly arriving inventory and an overstock on pre-owned vehicles means Roswell Nissan's got to make room. With huge savings on Frontier, Yukon, Ram, and more. Even some 2021s and 22s. And rock bottom back to school savings on Lexus, Chevy, Jeep, and even an Audi A5. If you've been putting it off, now's the time to trade up and save. The vehicle liquidation event on now at Roswell Nissan, 2111 West
Martine's
2nd.
Capital Cafe in Roswell offers authentic and highly rated New Mexico food. Explore their amazing menu featuring huevos rancheros or asado with eggs or their green chili stew. And you can't forget their award-winning green chili cheeseburger, all made from scratch using their finest and freshest ingredients. Open for carryout with curbside delivery or limited dine-in. Just call ahead 624-2111. Martine's Capital Cafe, always pleasing the most refined palate. Open Monday through Saturday from 6 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. at 110 West 4th in Roswell.
How do you make the most of your land? Shaw does it behind the wheel of a John Deere 1025R compact tractor, as he does everything to make
my yard look as beautiful as I possibly can.
But the Hubbards use their 1025R because
We really are trying to create this homestead.
there are millions of ways to make the most of your land. How will you make the most of yours? Nothing runs like a Deere.
Stop by Pecos Valley Equipment in Artesia and Roswell, or visit us online at pecosvalleyequipment.com.
Well, the biting bugs and the ferocious flyers are out in force, and if you don't take care of them now, you'll be swatting and scratching all summer. Makes me itchy just thinking about it. Hi, this is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company. Whether it's keeping the fleas and ticks off your animals or keeping the flies and mosquitoes away from your barbecue, you gotta use the right stuff, and you gotta do it at the right time. So come see us now at Roswell Seed Company, and don't let the bugs tick you off. Get it? Tick.
Your fingernails grow faster on your dominant hand. Not sure which is your dominant hand? Just wait. You'll nail it. Here's Mike Winters.
And it's closing in on 10 o'clock. That's going to do it for us. Have a great weekend. Thank you very much for allowing us to be a part of your day. We'll be back with you bright and early Monday morning. Get